dun, 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 dun. I can do this. Go on. Ask me why. Ask me why. Because, greetings everyone, greetings. Because I've been doing this show for five, and it's the Shelley, the producer. Where is she? Shelley, the producer, that reminded me that this is 5 years of Real Talk with Simply Deez. And how the hell is it 5 years? Oh my God. I bet you guys are all thinking the same as well, aren't you? How the hell has she been let loose on the airwaves, as they say, for 5 years? Well, it's all you incredible people out there, all you incredible guests that have kept us educated, entertained, and a whole load more. You know I can talk. I'm not going to, because the show is absolutely packed. This is a Black Bookcase special, and you're thinking like, what the hell is that? You're going to hear much more. Greetings, darling. Greetings, Danette, and welcome. Can I just take 10 seconds to ask all of you watching, all of those that are potentially coming on, exhibitors, sponsors, whoever you are, please share. Share. We should be hitting at least 100 shares. Producer Shelley, you let me know those numbers as they go up. Okay. We need everybody to share, please, because it's going to be an absolutely incredible show. So without, as I say, further ado, I'm going to welcome my very first guest for today. And this is what I love about the show. I get to meet some absolutely incredible. And when I say incredible, you'll get to understand incredible people. And the first guest I've got this evening is a wonderful, is it Sammy J Holder? Sammy J, are you in the house? Greetings, young man. Greetings, Sammy J.
Hi, I'm here.
Hi.
I'm in the house.
How are you doing? Can you hear me?
You're breaking. You keep going and coming.
I'm cutting out. Producer, am I cutting out? When I say that, I mean as in like my end.
Yeah, you are.
My end here. Hopefully, as we go along, Sammy J, that's not the case. Please let me know. Thank you so much for coming on the show this evening. We are beaming live, Sammy J. We are live on Facebook. We are live on YouTube. And we are also live on Twitter for the first time today. So we're across many platforms. Okay, so as again, I want to welcome you to the show. So how are you feeling? How are you doing?
I'm good.
Yeah?
I'm good.
Splendid. So we've had a very, when I say brief, guys, I don't think me and Sammy J even spoke for 1 minute. And that was a few weeks ago. And that was really just to secure his slot on today's show. So I, just like yourselves, may know nothing about this young man. We're not going to learn too much, and you'll understand the reason why, because something's coming out very shortly. But Sammy J, do you want to just tell us a little bit about yourself, please? And then we'll get on to that wonderful thing that's going to be birthed very shortly.
Yeah. Well, I've been around a while, actually. Back in the day, in the 70s, I was a premier promoter of beauty pageants, exhibitions. I was a chairman of the UK Caribbean Chamber of Commerce, which I kind of co-founded. I've done lots of good things, not many bad things. And all my beauty queens will tell you that I've done them a big, big honor over the years.
So I've had.
My book is due out very soon. It's called The Uprooted Sapling. Now, why such a name?
Yes.
I consider myself to have been uprooted from my small village in Guyana and was transported to this place where I spent the first 5 years.
Do you mean the UK?
Yes, yes, yes. We are in the UK. Yes, yes. I spent the first 5 years having left my village, and I got bored of London because I hadn't achieved the things I thought I might have achieved. But my father was determined to offload me, so he did. Because as far as he was concerned, I was becoming a distraction, and he had to get rid of me from those hot-blooded ladies out there. His words, not mine.
I'll take your word for that. Sorry. I'll take.
After 5 years, I left London. I went. I was on my way to Denmark, but unfortunately, I didn't have a visa for Denmark. I mean, for Germany, so I wasn't allowed to go through Germany. So I was sent back from Germany, and instead of coming back to London, I stopped in Holland, in Amsterdam, where I had some friends, and there I stayed and learned the language for about a year because I was hoping to restart my studies in Amsterdam. I was actually on my way to England for 2 weeks to see family and friends who I hadn't seen for over a year. I met an elderly lady on the train, and we had one hell of a conversation, which was under the heading curiosity. Yes, and it developed. That's in chapter 1. I'm not going to say what happened, but it developed. And when I got to Harwich, I was detained for 8 hours by immigration. In the end, I was given 10 days to stay in the country. And that, to me, was something I couldn't live with. So I had to fight it. I went to my High Commission the following Monday, and they said there's nothing they could do about it because in the 10 days I had, and the position imposed by British immigration, they didn't have enough time to overturn it. So I read them a section of the passport which stated that the passport is the property of the government and it could be withdrawn at any time. So I chucked it in the desk and walked out. So, yes. Anyway, to cut a long story short, the High Commissioner eventually took it up and he got onto the Home Office. It took 9 months for the order to be revoked and repealed. By then, I'd lost everything, all my contacts and everything. My records, my valued Sam Cooke records, everything is gone. Yes. Anyway, I don't know if it was a blessing or whatever it was, but as a result of me being grounded for those 9 months, my life took a different path. Hence, I went into photography. I was a salesman for a while. And then I decided, I can do much more. I investigated the beauty business, and I thought I can do a hell of a lot better, which I did over the 10 years I ran it. And one of the young ladies who set up this interview for me, Sandy Parks, or Sandra, Sandra Moore, she's one of my former beauty queens. And she has done fantastically well over the years. There are others like Veronica White, who was a big estate agent in High Street, Kensington. There is also Beverly Heath, who has a studio in London. So many of the girls have done well. Many of them have done fantastically well. And those, just to name 3. So I also entered the promotions of hair and beauty. And there was a clash of interest with myself and some other people, which is in the book. I'm not going to go into it. But there was a turf war, which I lost. So my financial partners and myself decided, we're not going to fight these guys and win on their ground. So we decided enough was enough. So this book covers the entire spectrum over 21 years, from 1967 to 1988. I even hosted a luncheon for my president over here, and then returned with a trade delegation to Guyana in 1988, where the book ends. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It's over 21 years of my life.
It sounds like proper gold. This is proper gold.
It's compact. It is compact. It is riveting. You know, what else can I say? Without portraying myself as some kind of a super dude, which I'm not. I just believe in what I was doing, and I did it for a cause. As Sandy said to me, "What about me?" I said, "Sandy, it was never about me. It was always about Jay's movement, and you are all part of Jay's movement."
Oh, man.
And the movement goes on.
So, oh my gosh, I'm getting the book. Okay, so, oh my gosh, do you know what? This is what I do on this show. So I'm certainly going to get you back afterwards when the book's out, and then we can talk much more. But we don't want to give away too much, because what we want to do, this is about, and I'm going to keep it real. The show's called Real Talk. It's Simply Deez. And when I say keep it real, by that, I mean we want to hook the audience, right? That's what you were here to do, is to place that out there, place your rod out there. Let's reel them in. So tell us when the book is going to be out there. Can they pre-order? Let us know. Let us know. The uprooted sapling. Let us know. Can you hear me?
In and out. You're in and out a lot.
Okay. I'm not sure what's happening there. I'll get the producer to come on and just check in just a moment. Can you hear me? So what I've asked Sally,
I can hear you now. I can hear you now. Yes, I can hear you now.
What I've just asked is, we're here to reel in the audience. So we've just flung out, I'm not a fisherman, but I am today. We just flung it out there. So how are we going to reel them in? Can they pre-order? When is the launch? Give us that information, darling.
Well,
please.
the launch date is the 1st of June at the Brixton Archives, Black Archives in Brixton, the 1st of June. We are also in Milton Keynes on that fun day on the 25th of June. And I might even be in Luton on the 3rd of June.
Oh, you mean at the Black Bookcase?
Might be. So my publishers and myself, between us, and the ladies who have energized me over the years, they're helping me along this journey. It's a fantastic journey.
The publisher, she's going to be master. She's going to be coming on after you.
All right. Okay.
She's actually one of the sponsors for the Black Bookcase.
All right.
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, she's one of the sponsors.
Here is what the book cover looks like.
Check you out.
That's what the book cover looks like.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Loving that. Now, Sammy J, do you mind me asking, because apparently you're not supposed to ask women. I don't know if that applies to men. How young are you? Do you mind saying?
I don't mind at all. I'll be 81 next birthday.
81?
Yes, in September.
Are you serious?
Dead serious.
You do have that serious look about you. 81.
Now, when I met, I hadn't seen two of my beauty queens for nearly 45 years. And they invited me out to dinner one night. And the cover picture was taken by one of them. And I liked that picture so much, I said to her, "This is the picture I will use on my book cover." Yeah. I haven't
Oh,
seen them for
wow.
nearly 45 years.
Amazing.
That's Beverly and Veronica. And both ladies are doing fantastically well. Sandra, as you know her, I know her as Sandy.
Yes.
I speak to her quite frequently. Now, Sandy might hate me for this, but I'm going to do it anyway. When I started planning the, I'm not rich, but I will let you have £1,000. I said, I know it didn't go down well. I didn't hear it in her voice, but my daughters gave me a mouthful. How can you possibly refuse £1,000? Now, the thing is now, since
You're free at your end, not my end. I think it's at your end.
okay, I said to Sandy,
Yes.
Sandy, had I taken your £1,000, it would have been spent by now. How about using it? How about using it to buy my books to give to all the creditors on the day? And she agreed. Money much better spent. I could have
That
taken
young
it
lady.
£1,000, stick it in my bank, and it would have all been gone by now. And she wouldn't have had the kind of publicity and the kind of that she'd get from this presentation. Because lots of the guys who were there, who will be there, she had taken pictures with them in 1979. Yeah, you went again. So yeah, it was
Producer,
a great
sorry, Sammy,
gesture on
one
Sandy's
second.
part.
Producer Shelley, is there, because like there's like a, it's not just a delay, there's like a freezing. Is that at Sammy's end? Can you just confirm that? Because before we go any further, I know she's not sleeping, she's around somewhere. Because whilst you're talking, Sammy J, you're kind of going, on my screen you're going really slow, and then it's stopping and it's freezing. So I see it at my, like from your end, but
Well, I can't see any interruptions on my picture.
Yeah, it's just the connection that you've got there, Sammy. It's dropping in and out.
Oh, okay.
So it's your internet
Can I
connection.
seek help? Can I seek some help?
No, it's just your internet connection at some of some
yeah,
kind.
it's not you as in you person. It's your internet connection. But we can hear you. Watch this back.
Okay, okay.
And then I've just heard it's absolutely fine on YouTube. So, oh my gosh. So, Sammy J, I don't know how well you know, but Sandy, as you call her, Sandra Maury, I call her, is a very good friend, and I met her probably about 5-6 years ago, and we've been kind of
fantastic
friends ever since. And Simply Deez, you'll get to know now. There is a crew. I'm sure she's told you that she's been part of a book.
Yes, she has.
Yes. So that's all of us here. I'm the lead author, and she's one of the 22 in the first book and 23 in the second book. So,
right.
yes.
Those books were in and out of lockdown.
Oh, that's right. Life in a lockdown 2020, behind closed doors.
Yeah.
And then we had life outer lockdown 2021 beyond.
Yes, Sandy's alerted me to them. And I haven't read them yet, but I know of them. That's really great.
Excellent. Excellent. So, oh my gosh, you must be, I don't know, can you believe this is actually happening? Does it seem surreal, or was it always meant to be?
With me, everything is real because I am real.
Yes, you are.
You know, long I have been around. I mean, most people look at me and say, "You're not 81, are you?" I says, "Yes, I'm nearly 81. Not quite yet, but I'm nearly 81. I'll be 81 in September."
Amazing, amazing. So is there some juicy bits? You know, I'm going to keep it real. Is there some juicy bits in there, Sammy J?
I think you'll have to wait to see.
Do you know
Have to
what?
wait to see.
You
You'll
ain't
have
got
to wait
PR
and see.
because your PR all on you.
I will make sure. I will make sure Marcia gets your copy, sends your copy.
Oh, don't you worry. You definitely, definitely do that. And I do hope. Are you? Well, I'm going to get Marcia to come on in just a moment. Actually, did you say the launch in? Did you say Milton Keynes is the 5th of June?
The launch is on the 1st. It's
That's
in the
right.
Brixton Black Archives,
Mm-hmm.
number 1 Windrush Square. That's in southwest London, in Brixton itself. It's an iconic building, actually. It's a very, very popular place.
I know. Yeah. I'm hoping, because it's going to be, because we've got the major event, which is what we're going to be talking about for the rest of the show, is on the 3rd of June. And yeah, looking at like 70 exhibitors.
All right. Okay.
Yes. On that.
When I spoke with Sandra or Sandy, I prefer to call her Sandy, just I know her Sandy today.
Sandy.
I said, my health being all well, I will try to participate if I can.
Yes, I know, because I know you've got a lot on. You've got stuff before that date, and you've got stuff obviously after that date, also as well.
And my health is not 100%.
No problem at all. Oh my gosh. Okay. So what do you want to sort of like leave the masses out there that are actually listening to you at the moment? What do you want to kind of just leave them with? Some words of wisdom, or I don't know. What do you want to leave them with for now?
I would say my book is the best thing they can give to anybody, whatever the occasion, as a gift. Whatever the occasion. It's the must-read book, and it's a must-give book as a present, whatever the occasion. Go there when it should be released at the end of this month, or before the end of this month, because the launch itself is on the 1st of June. So it will be coming through Amazon. And I have a feeling, because I'm not quite sure if it's also available through Waterstone. Maybe Marcia can confirm that when she comes on.
Yeah. She's actually here. Is Marcia backstage, Shell? As if she's backstage. If we could just bring her. There she is.
Hi, Marcia.
Sammy J, I didn't even realize that we were both going to be on this show tonight. Yeah, Dee, it's fantastic to be here. I'm delighted to be a sponsor of the event on the 3rd of June. But
thank you so much.
Say, in terms of Sammy's being very, very coy. He's not sharing anything. But we have been working together for about over the last 12 months.
Yep.
And it has been a very, very exciting journey working with Sammy J. As he's mentioned, Sandra Moore did recommend us to Sammy J, and his story there is so much in this book. And yes, we get to find out, his his love of women, his admiration for beauty, although he hasn't invited me to be one of his beauty queens, I must say. But
maybe you were too young.
Too young. And yeah, you were very, very gentlemanly there, Sammy. Interestingly, in the journey, in conversations with Sandra Moore, Sandy, we discovered that her son is my cousin. Can you believe that?
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
you mentioned that to me.
You mentioned that too, and that's something we didn't know. But I have learned so much about Guyana. I've learned about also Guyanese politics. There's politics, there's romance,
Intrigue.
there's sex, there's
I knew it. I knew it.
There's business. There's Sammy J is an icon. Sammy J, the work that he has done, what he has achieved, what he achieved in those 21 years, there's so much to learn from in this book. Sammy J. Holder is a very, I'd say, humble, high-profile man. He is someone that this is Sammy J. We've had a journey. We've had our agreements. We've had our disagreements, and we've worked through this book.
It's like the perfect marriage, Marcia.
Absolutely.
Any marriage without fights and arguments is not a good one.
It's not real, and that is so true.
Yeah.
It has been, for me, it's been a journey and a half. It's been fantastic. We do have some last minute bits and pieces to do, but both of us last week received our copy, and it's in hardcover, as you can see, and you can see how thick it is. There is so much to see. We even have photographs, a gallery of photographs of some of the beauty queens and loads of celebrities that Sammy J has worked with. It's been an honor, Sandra. Thank you for introducing us. It's been an education. Sammy J, when we met him in person, he really does not look 80. And despite Sammy has, he does have health issues, but Sammy, you look so good. His skin is so beautiful. And you
thanks to my herbal treatment.
Say that again.
Thanks to herbs.
Thanks to the herbal treatment, you see, because we spent a whole day together in December, on the 1st of December, and he came to Birmingham. He travelled to us, and that was a lovely day. We ate from breakfast.
I don't know where she went. She's trying to plug herself in. You're Marcy, you're on mute. What I think. I think it is, unless I've just turned myself down.
Yeah. Oh, hi, Dee. You're back. Yeah.
Now you're on mute, Dee.
All right. Dee.
So
I'm back.
So
yeah.
Sammy J.
Yeah, I'm here.
We are going to have to say goodbye for now. This is part 1.
Yeah.
This is just doing a little teaser so people are aware. We will be sharing all of this information on our platform.
Wonderful.
Okay, and there's quite a few platforms Marcia knows that we have. Okay, and leading up to the launch, we'll be sharing, and I hopefully, if I can make it, I will do, because that is the week of the actual bookcase. So it's going to be, it's going to be pretty busy, but I will do that. So, and I look forward, because I know we are going to be meeting in person, Sammy J.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem, no problem. You are a star. You certainly are. You are a superstar. Thank you so much for joining us this evening, and we will catch up
Thank
really
you for
soon.
having me.
Don't you worry about that. You're gonna be on again, and I'm gonna do a deep dive on you, Sammy J.
Yeah.
When I say in a good way, before anybody starts, as in like, and peel back some of those layers and find out more about you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
There is a lot more to find out.
I know, I can tell. I can tell. Okay. Thank you so much, Sammy J, and we'll catch up soon, darling. All right.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Okay, take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Oh, Marcia Spence.
Yes, Marcia Spence, I'm here. It's been a long time. It's been a long time to you as well.
It is.
I mean, I've been on a journey, as everyone is probably aware. In August, we at Marcia M Publishing House did a restructure, and we had lots of plans to start working in a different way from the 5th of September. Sadly, my executive assistant, Chantel Hall-Reid, who is the author of Imani's Diary, she died suddenly on the 3rd of September. And so over the last 6 to 7 months, it has been a very difficult time of grieving, supporting, supporting the family. Chantel's mom, Hashana Knight, is also one of our authors, who I've grown really fond of, through working with her on her book. So it was for us as a team, losing Chantel was devastating, as well as visiting the family and spending time with her family, and just seeing the devastation for the family as well. It was such a shock. Chantel was a marvelous woman, such an asset to anybody. And for me personally, it had taken years for me to find Chantel, and I was ready to hand over the reins of Marcia M Publishing House to Chantel, and she was ready too. But only God knows why this happened. And so over the months I've spent this time, I've been quiet in a sense of just going through processing. And more recently, I'd say from about beginning of February, I made a decision that the only person I can replace Chantel with is myself. So I'm back in full throttle. I'm rebranding. I'm moving forward as Marcia M Spence, the author's midwife, still providing publishing services, still working with clients. I have a team in the background of freelancers that do the editing and design and so on. But I am the person that clients will meet and who clients will work with. I'm enjoying being back in, and I'm enjoying kind of, this business is my baby, and I'm enjoying looking after my baby as well. And the future looks great. We're so busy. I'm busy. Got so many books that I'm working on, and so many high profile clients coming. It's wonderful. So, I didn't know where, after losing Chantel, I didn't know which direction I would go in, and I waited. Lots of changes happened also. I know that Tyrone and I we're very publicly together again, happily. But through a process of time, we realized that although he was my childhood sweetheart, I was his sweetheart, the love was there, but we realized that we'd lived completely different lives, and that after so many years apart, it just wasn't working for us in that way. And so we amicably made a decision that I need to look after me and do me, and he needs to do Tyrone. And so, yeah, it's great. So I've had lots of change. And I know I only have a few minutes. The most significant 1 minute. The most significant change for me is this, because I turned 55 in January. So that's a key to me. That's a really important age. That's the age you can draw your pension and so on. And I'm finally at a place where I am putting myself first. So where I had this love of my life, and I had this attitude of serving and serving others. I still serve others, but now I serve myself first. And in every decision I make, I think about what do I need, and do what I need before I do anything. And that is enabling me to serve people even in a much better way. So, Dee, I'm excited. I'm so sad that I have a book launch on the same day as a Black Bookcase, because I definitely would have been there. And even when I heard that Sammy might be there, I've been thinking, can I actually leave the book launch and get to Luton? I don't know. I need to check the timing, because I know the book launch is quite early. It's at about 1:30. So there is potential to get to Luton, but we'll see.
12 till 6.
So yeah,
12 till 6.
Exactly. So there is a possibility of getting there, because that event it was magnificent.
Groundbreaking, wasn't it?
It is groundbreaking.
Yeah.
And so it's very, very exciting that it's happening again. But for next year, Dee, give me the date way in advance so I can be there. All right.
I will do, darling.
I'm delighted to be a sponsor.
Thank you so much.
I'm hoping, I've encouraged my authors to join, and I hope that they do. Sammy's already said he might. Yes. So yeah, but all the best for the event, Dee.
Thank you, honestly, Marcia. Thank you so much. And not just for sponsoring for this, for everything, sort of like some people are aware, obviously we've gone through with the 2 books.
Yes.
But we've got a relationship outside of that as well.
Yes. Oh yeah, we have. And that's the thing, Dee, you and I are overdue a proper catch-up. We have. There's someone at the door.
All right then, darling.
I wish you well.
And we'll catch up.
Everyone listening. And if you want to write a memoir, I am running a 120-day challenge for anyone who wants to write their first draft in 4 months. And if you want to do that, I'm the person to speak to. Please do. All right.
We will
start on the 31st of May.
No problem. All right
then.
Producer,
God bless you.
I need my next one. Make sure you do.
Cindy and Shelley, I love you all. Take care.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.
Wow. Wowza. Guys, if you're watching, you're thinking, what the hell? Yeah, this is Real Talk, and this is how I roll. Because of the lead, and I haven't got an extension lead, I'm on the floor, which is fine. It's cold. We've got tiling on the floor. This is how I celebrate 5 years of Real Talk. Now, coming up next, we are now, as you can see, we've had one of the sponsors for the Black Bookcase, Marcia M Publishing. We now have the keynote speaker. And that young lady, she loves that, young.
Young lady, I love that. Thank you, keep coming.
Is the wonderful and awesome Danny Bleckner. We have Danny Bleckner in the house, people. Woo! This young lady is the founder of Conscious Dreams Publishing. Danny, if I can have a chat with you first of all, and then we are going to bring on Danny's entourage. And when I say entourage, you'll be like, what's she talking about? You'll understand what I mean. So everybody now that you see on the show is going to be attending on the 3rd of June. They are all part of the Black Bookcase, Luton African Books, Art and Craft Fest 2023. And give it up for the keynote. Danny Bleckner, thank you so much for being on. Thank you.
No problem.
I don't want you ruining your pitch. I don't want you ruining your pitch for the 3rd of June. So you can be as cagey. Normally I would pin you down, but I want you to be cagey. I don't want you to tell them everything. Just tell them enough nuggets about yourself, yeah? And let's reel them in. Judea, sorry, I have sent you the link for StreamYard just in case you might have the wrong one. So please check your email, darling. Please check your email. Okay, over to you, Danny. What are you going to share with us?
Well, can I just double check? Am I talking for 10 minutes, or is this an interview kind of chat thing? Because just
that word interview. We're just chatting. You talk. I'll intervene. When you do on the 3rd of June, I won't be interrupting you. But now, I won't.
Right. Look, I prepared a little something, but that's fine. So a little bit about myself. My name is Daniela Bleckner. I'm an author, book journey mentor, and founder of a company called Conscious Dreams Publishing. And I, as Dee said, am the keynote speaker at Dee's 4th now, isn't it? Black Bookcase. I'm so excited and I'm really honoured.
This is the second one. You know that, right?
No, but you had the 2 online ones. We can't forget those ones. Remember the children's hour?
They don't count properly because, like, the physical one and the thingy, but the online one, because see, that's what you do. You've drawn me in. If I tell you the first online one, guys, we're going to find it, because if I tell you it was 8 hours, please, who does a Zoom for 8 hours? We did.
It was 8 hours. And that's the one where you had the children's hour, wasn't it? And those children are now published authors. So much has changed in that point, and they'll be coming to the Black Bookcase as well. So yeah, very exciting. So yeah, I was saying I'm really excited about being part of the Black Bookcase, the second in-person Black Bookcase. If you haven't got your ticket, what are you waiting for? It's an amazing event, and it is so needed. And I'll be speaking a little bit more about why it's needed on the day as well. So Conscious Dreams Publishing, why the name first of all? People always ask me what's this name about. So I just wanted to share a little bit about why it's called Conscious Dreams Publishing. So Dee, can I ask you, have you ever had a dream that's not going your way, that might possibly turn into a nightmare?
Everything. Everything.
Okay. So I didn't used to dream a lot when I was a kid, but I didn't used to have nightmares. So do you know what? I'm actually in Austria on a detox. So I'm trying to get myself back into work mode. So I'm in really chilled mode at the moment. So the very rare times I used to have nightmares, I used to be able to wake up, but not physically wake up. For example, if I'm being chased and somebody was, behind me with a knife or something, I'd be able to physically stop my dream, and there'll be a narration, which would be myself, that would say, if you don't like the way this dream is going, you have the power to change it, change the ending. I'd have what felt like a few minutes to change the ending. And it would normally be something really boring, like they've disappeared by the time I get back into the dream, or I'm sat down having a cup of tea and a chat with them. And that's what would happen. I thought everybody could do this, but it wasn't until I grew, got into my 20s, I realized that this is called conscious dreaming. So be able to change the narrative, to consciously choose the dreams that we have. Another reason we're called Conscious Dreams Publishing is because even though I love the idea of the law of attraction, and I believe a lot of it, there is such a thing as WORK, right? You've got to work towards those dreams. What are those dreams that you've had from when you were young that you're not fulfilling and expecting to somehow happen? you know, at some point in your life without actually consciously making this decision to actually bring those dreams to life. So that's where Conscious Dreams Publishing, the name came from, and we provide bespoke publishing and mentoring services to authors.
Wow, that's the first time I've heard that.
Thought I'd share that one, Dee.
Oh, little nuggets. She's showing off, guys. She's showing off.
But it's a question that always gets asked for some reason. I don't know why. Why Conscious Dreams Publishing? What does it mean? And so I just thought I'd go deep into the layers behind the name.
Okay. So, I mean, I know quite a bit, but for those that are kind of like, oh, I don't know, it doesn't sound kind of really interesting. No offense, this event. Bearing in mind the event is free, so all you wanting to attend, there's no charge. How many things are there, Danny, that you get to go to? And you've been to, as you said, the first one, obviously we've done some online, and to get what they're going to get, and it's free. It doesn't happen, does it?
It's amazing. You've got a fashion show going on, you've got music, you've got drummers, you've got keynote speakers, you've got speakers, you've got speakers, you've got authors, you've got black booksellers, you've got black publishers. When do you ever have all of us together in that one space where we can connect? And what I'm really looking forward to, because I'm also a former teacher, I say former teacher, I still always get sucked into teaching. So it's about the kids. You've got a 1 hour children's hour, I think between 3 and 4. And growing up, I loved reading, and I loved making up stories, and I loved sharing these stories with my sisters to help them to go to sleep at night. I used to create my own books out of computer paper and colour them in and create my own ISBN. Never in my wildest dream would I have thought actually writing and publishing my own book professionally would be something that I could do at 8 years old at all. So these young people that I know, we've worked with about 5 young people now. We've got 2 9-year-olds coming on the day, and we've got another 13-year-old. And they would have been my absolute role models. You know, growing up, I loved reading, like I said, but it was things like Enid Blyton, Roald Dahl, you know, do you remember the Peter and Jane books? I didn't love those books, but like Mallory Towers, things that you could really get your teeth into. But I could never see anyone in those books that looked like me. You know, brown skin, I had a big curly afro, buck teeth, big feet, you know, a bit clumsy. I couldn't see characters like that. And I think subconsciously that tells you as a young person, you question, does my story matter? Whether you're consciously asking that question or whether it's in your subconscious as you get older, because the absence of our image has a detrimental effect. And at the same time, I didn't see any Black British authors, you know, that looked like me. So as I got older, those conditioning start to get thrown on you. You know, is that for me? I can't see anyone who looks like me, so maybe that's not achievable, you know? And I just don't want our young people to ever feel like that. And I love the fact that, you know, not just my publishing house, but this other publishing house, other Black publishers who are also publishing young children's authors as well. And I run storytelling workshops, and I've got, you know, 8-year-old Tia speaking to 7-year-old Isis who wants to be an author and is an author now. You know, encouraging her and telling her about all the major interviews that she's had with her book. And it's normal for them. They're talking about their 2nd book, their 3rd book, their 4th book. They haven't got the limitations that we had. And I think events like yours are, you know, powerful and essential, because we need to be part of, you know, I spoke about conscious dreams, changing the narrative. You know, I dreamed of seeing young people, you know, that look like me in books. I didn't. That's possible now. It's happening now. And it's our responsibility to change the narrative. And if not, support the people that are doing something to change the narrative.
Exactly. When I did the first one in 2019, and I was like, this idea just comes to my head, and then I'm like, right, let's execute it. And they're all like, And so we had 24 authors, right? 24 Black authors. Now I'm going and promoting and that. I'm going 24 authors. Do you know what I was being told? There is not 24 Black authors. People thought I was making it up just to hype up the event. They did not believe. And they weren't joking. These people I'm talking about, they weren't kind of being flippant. They seriously meant there is not 24 Black authors. Now, for some people, unless you see things, Danny, do you And that's why we have to do things like this. So I'm like, right, so that's why it's a family day. This isn't just for the elders, this isn't just for the young, and we very much need to, the young and the old. Apart from weddings and funerals and christenings, they do their thing, we're doing our thing. No, we're changing it up.
Together.
We have to change it up. We have the young people's hour, because do you know what? We need to give them those platforms. You need to bring your grandchild, your niece, your nephew, whoever, and bring them along and let them see what can be achieved. Because when you see things, it's like, oh, well, actually, I might like making candles, or I might like, I don't know, whatever it might be.
Yeah.
We've got a young man that the guys here know who actually has his own lemonade business. He's 9 now, and he's going to be there. So we've got authors, we've got those that have got their own business, and it's literally that hour. And we are going to give what we need to be giving to the young people.
100%. It's so important. It really is. Like I said, with the storytelling workshops, the young people saying to, when I say young people, you know, the 7-year-old saying to the 9-year-old, can you give me advice about how to work with an illustrator?
Yeah.
I mean, you know, these conversations are normal for them, and it's beautiful. You know, like you said, you want young people to see, you know, this young boy selling lemonade. I think that's amazing, by the way. I think I connected with him on Instagram. I'll double check with you. Amazing. Speak to him. You know, you've set up a business. They don't teach you these things in school. They don't teach you these things. There's so many things that I'm speaking also as someone who's been in education for 14 years, working in education. There's so many things that I think young people can really do with learning, you know, relationships, how to eat healthily, how to have healthy relationships, even, you know, how to manage your finances, how to set up a business, how to be self-sustainable, how to write a book, you know, all of these things.
Danny, now Shelley's probably going like, oh my gosh, because you've got people. So I don't know, you've probably got a list somewhere, or I don't know who we've got there, Shell, but I'm presuming you've got more than 8 people.
Oh, I So 2 of our authors, grandmother and granddaughter. Like we were talking, the cross connections, the intergenerations.
Hi. Oh, greetings, ladies, greetings. Oh my gosh, I remember from when we did online, I remember you I remember you, sis, you know that. Oh my gosh, amazing. So that was probably, I don't know, lockdown probably 3 years ago.
Easily.
Who is that young lady to your left?
My name is Isis, and I'm 9 years old. I will soon be double digits in January.
Wow. You're going to leave me speechless, and do you know what? I might need to even like get you on a show shall I tell you what? You do all the interviewing and chatting with everybody, and I'll just sit back. How does that sound?
It sounds really good.
So hang on a minute. So why are you sitting next to? Is that your nan?
Well,
no.
Basically, I call other people would say grandmother. I call her Tan. That's basically a Trinidadian way of saying
grandmother.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm a Trini, and in Trini, grandmother Tan.
Okay. So are you just here just to support her and encourage her because she's a little shy, or have you written a book yourself?
Not one piece. If anything, it's the other way around. She can stand up for herself. Yes, we've both written.
I know that. I'm just. So hang on a minute. So are you saying you've written something?
Yes, I've written my own book, Isis Meets Isis.
How old did you say you was?
Oh, I'm 9, and I wrote this book when I was 7. It was published when I was 8.
Speechless.
Oh my God! Are you coming on the 3rd of June? Are you going to be there?
Yes.
No way. Wow.
Little book, but I'm gonna have my own little book sale.
Oh my gosh. You do know I already know this. I do know this. You're going to have a nice table and you're going to set up all your books. And then at 3 o'clock, 3 till 4, we're going to have a young people's hour where there's going to be yourself and all the other young people. And we're all going to be sort of like, listening to you and hearing what you've got to share. So what do your friends think?
Pardon?
What do your friends think? The fact that you've written a book, what do they think?
Well, they're just a lot of them are saying, when you're famous, don't forget about me. But
oh, excellent. And what about your teachers?
oh yes, one of my my head teacher was gonna come to my book launch, but it didn't happen. He forgot.
Never mind. But
Did you present at school, didn't you?
Yeah, I had a little presentation at school.
Can I cut in there? It was not a little presentation. Isis came to, so I also work at Peckham Academy sometimes. She came into Peckham Academy and spoke to the primary school coach to visit Peckham Academy. Peckham Academy is a secondary school, but they have primary children come in on Friday afternoon and be inspired by guest speakers. Isis came with her Isis goddess costume. They were so, honestly, they were so impressed with you. They're asking for an autograph, buying books, asking questions.
Wow.
Fantastic, absolutely fantastic.
I'm so excited. I can't wait to meet you.
Yeah, me too.
When I purchase a book, will you be signing autographs on the day?
Yeah, of course.
Oh my gosh, it doesn't get much better than this. I'm super excited. Are you excited?
Yeah.
Oh, excellent. So let's do you know what? Can you do me a favor? Can you have a little chat with is it Tanya?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, and just ask her 2 questions for me. Would you be able to do that?
2 questions. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh wait, what would it be about? What would it?
I don't know. How many books has she written?
Oh, okay. So, what is your first book?
My very first book was called Nzinga and Saying Goodbye. It's about something sad. It's about when somebody dies, how we feel. So that was the first one.
Okay, and what inspired you to write that book?
My dad died in Trinidad and I went over for the funeral, and I was sitting in bed one morning thinking, how am I going to explain what's happened to my granddaughter or to little children? And I decided I was going to write a book because most children love books. I know you do. So I thought if I write a book, then it can explain everything in it about what it's like, all the feelings that you have when somebody dies. So that was my inspiration for writing that first one.
Yes. How many books have you read? I mean, how many books have you read?
Right. I'm glad you didn't say how many books have I read, because we've been here all day talking about those. I have actually published three books. Nzinga, they're all got the same characters on the front. Nzinga, a lovely brown-skinned girl like you. Nzinga and Being Kind. Nzinga and Identity. And Nzinga and Saying Goodbye. But I've written 18
Oh my
books
gosh.
all together, all on the theme of Nzinga doing different things and learning different things. But 3 are published so far.
Yeah.
I've also written... I've also got a YouTube channel. I think you're on the YouTube channel with me. What's it called?
It's called 100 Black Children's Authors.
100 Black Children's Authors. And we've challenged ourselves to find not 14 or 12D, but 100 Black children's authors. So we read stories written by Black authors and we post them on YouTube.
Oh, fabulous. I remember you were doing that in lockdown, weren't you?
Yes, yeah.
Yes, I do. I remember that. I really do. Oh, wow. So, ladies, due to time constraints, and we don't want to sort of like give away too much. This is just a little tease, Isis, so that to let people know. And now that they've met you, I bet some were thinking like, I'm not going to go. I bet some are like, do you know what? I need to go now, because they know they're going to get a chance to meet you and purchase your book.
Yeah.
So you've done a fabulous job today.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for having us. See you on the 3rd.
Yes, we will.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. All right, ladies. See you soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
They're awesome. Oh, I don't think Marcy's. Oh,
She's not. Yeah, no.
no.
She's not. Sorry, it's
Sorry.
okay. It's going to be kind of, yeah. Who was that? That was.
Oh, here we go. Faye, the lovely one of my teachers, head of events.
Faye.
Awesome.
Hello, I'm
Great,
here. Sorry.
How are you?
Fine, thank you. Nice to meet you.
Oh, and you. I'm sure I've met you before, and probably running around. Danny's probably got you running around like a headless chicken. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Now,
yeah, definitely.
I do believe that at some stage, very shortly, you're going to be giving birth to a book.
I am.
Woo!
Yeah, I know. It's really been in the pipeline. It's been a long gestation. I must admit.
Sometimes it's like that. Sometimes it's like that. But then as you're sort of like obviously getting to that point now, you're thinking like, whoa, I can actually see that finish. So do you want to tell us just a little bit, just give us a little tease about the book?
Yeah, so my book is called I Got You, and it's basically a book that I kind of initially was going to be about quotes and things to make you all kind of happy, but then Danny wanted more from me. So she said, of course, you got to get chapters in there, you got to get this in there, you got to get that in there. And I started to have more like of a download of what I really wanted to say. And it's a book about supporting each other and speaking more kindly to each other and compassionately, instead of probably being super angry and growling at each other to get our point.
Oh,
loving the sound of that. I did chop her off, Danny.
While we're waiting for Faye, her book is called I Got You, and my T-shirt says, "You got this." So you can say,
yes. Oh wow!
Brilliant, Faye. She's our head of events. We had a consultation about 4 years ago, and this is when I was sort of starting out at the beginning-ish. She started volunteering at events, and now she's part of the team. She's just amazing. So we did a crowdfunding campaign for her to publish her book, and hopefully it'll be out June, July. So
absolutely fantastic. Who else? I know there's lots of people, I believe, waiting in the rings. Do we have? Sorry, Shelley's going to say something.
She's just dropped out, and I can't see where. We've got Doreen and Vanita and Judith that are waiting backstage. Was there anyone else that you was waiting for?
There might well be, because some, you know, it's like some people are yay, some people haven't got back, some people didn't look like this. So
I'm asking Danny, was there any from her group that she was then waiting for? Because at the minute
I've been away, so I've kind of just let them get back. So I know that there's Judith, there's Doreen, there's Faye, Innomwe's been on. I don't have the list of
all right, because I've got people trying to get in, but we're full at the minute, so it's just trying to work out who was where.
Doreen's one of ours.
Yeah, three of them. Whoever wants to switch a camera on. Judith, Vanita, Doreen. Oh, I got Doreen.
Vanita's also one of ours as well. Hey,
it was whoever came up first.
Excellent, thanks, Cheryl. Doreen, greetings, young lady. Greetings. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
We can hear you fine.
Thank you.
You look fine.
Thank you.
Oh, it's so, you know, like when you're corresponding with people, even though you don't know them, you start to get to feel a little bit of a vibe. Then this gives you even more so, as in like doing this, you know, kind of like Zoom now. And then come sort of like the 3rd of June, we gonna be, Danny will tell you, we gonna be on fire.
Exactly.
We gonna be on fire. For sure. So, okay. Just tell us, because you know you've only got kind of like a few minutes. Just tell us just a very little bit, sort of like just a couple of sentences about yourself, and then not too much, but you can tell us enough about your book, if you don't mind.
So Danny helped me become an author last year, September. My book is called Grandad and Me. And it's just a story based on my relationship with my granddad growing up and the things we used to get up to, and just the loving relationship that we had. He's passed now, so he isn't aware of this book, but I know that his legacy lives on. I guess I wrote it because, like Danny was saying, I work in education and you don't often see yourself represented out there. So I wanted to get my book in homes and in schools and libraries to let other kids know that, you know what, there are characters out there, and also for authors to relate and say, you know what, if you've got an idea, get it out there.
Yes.
On the side, my little side hustle, apart from being an author, and I also sell children's Black books. So my company is called Like Me For Me, where I sell children's Black books and toys. Again, just pushing our narrative, making sure that kids can see themselves in such positive ways. But on the 3rd of June, I will just be promoting and selling my book, which I love.
Is that because that's what you want to do? Or
Yeah,
that's
because that's what I want to do. Yeah.
Okay. Because you could do both. It's up to you.
Yeah, no, I think I've done quite a few pop-ups where I'm selling other people's books. So I really want to push my book.
Oh, yeah. As in like your book, but I meant as in the products.
Well, nah, I just want to stick to mine. Yeah.
That's absolutely fine. That's absolutely fine. So is there any more books in the pipeline, or?
Yeah, so everyone keeps on asking, when's your second one coming? And nothing has come to me yet. So what I'm hoping is that I will have a series of books. So Grandma and Me, Mum and Me, Dad and Me. I think my next one will probably be Grandma and Me, and that's because my inspiration will be my niece and my mum, and just their relationship is just out of this world lovable. So that there's little ideas that I'm getting from them. I'm making notes, but it's coming. That is the plan. With Danny's help, obviously.
Oh, that is fabulous. Doreen, I'm so looking forward to meeting you.
Yeah, I'm excited because I've heard such great things about the event. So I'm just grateful for the opportunity. Obviously, Danny, I think she added me on LinkedIn, and then just to meet yourself, can't wait. Yeah.
This is life-changing stuff we're talking, Danny, isn't it? It really is. So glad to have you on board, darling. And I will catch up with you. I'll catch up with you before then anyway. Yes. No worries, darling. Thank you. All right, bye-bye. I meant to say actually that all those that are going to be participating, all their information, their website, all that sort of stuff, that will be starting next week. That will start going on to all our social media and things like that. So I can see a young lady in the house, Judith.
Judith in the house.
Greetings, young lady. Greetings. How are you?
Hello. I'm very well. Hello, Dee. Hello, Danny. I'm very well, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Oh, no problem, darling. No problem. So this is just the whole of this show, as Danny knows, is kind of, it's a teaser, basically. It's letting those people out there who are thinking like, what kind of event is this? And then they start seeing certain things. It's like, do you know what? I'll go and drag my little self and bring my nieces, my grandchildren, my whoever, and I need to reach. So with that in mind, just tell us a little bit about yourself, Judith, and tell us about your book, my love.
Me, who am I? I'm Judith. I'm constantly running down with ideas. See, the hands are going now.
Oh, that's like me. That's like me. I'm like this.
Yeah, constantly got ideas. one of them, my major thing is that I'm a very spiritual person. But secondly, I love writing. And I heard you asking, and I didn't say this to Danny, in fact, I heard you asking about somebody's first book. And my first little booklet was Woman, You Can Make It. Did it years ago, but you know, I just forgot about that. Imagine. And
Never knew that.
came along, and then I did this, and that's the Body's Happening. And here I am today. Danny helped me on the way, and here I am on your show here, Dee.
Oh, fabulous. So when did that book come out?
Well, this one here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically based on my son, got 2 boys, and this was based on his stomach problems and how we thought, or how I thought his body was reacting to the stuff he was shoveling down his mouth when I wasn't present. So yeah, that's how this was born.
Oh wow. And how long's that been out now?
15th of May, wasn't it? It came out, was it?
Yeah.
Couple of weeks.
Yeah, no,
couple of weeks old.
End of April.
Yeah, not May the 15th, April 15th. Sorry, do you know what? I'm jumped past. Deez, listen, I'm away right now, and all I'm getting on my phone, I'm trying to switch off for work. All I'm getting on my phone are orders coming in from the Conscious Dreams bookshop for Judith's book. So I'm messaging her every minute.
We're trying out here.
Fabulous. Fabulous.
I didn't hear you say that again.
Pardon?
You cut out. See?
Sorry, me.
Yeah.
I just said fabulous because Danny said coming in for your book, so I said that's fabulous.
Yeah.
Absolutely fabulous. So, do you have plans for more books?
I do. I've got.
Woo!
As the other lady said, this is a bit of a series. So after this, because this is about food and the body, the next one will be about alcohol and then drugs. And then I've got a sort of sci-fi horror one, which I'm really excited about, and that's called Blinker. And that's coming out when I get the series finished.
Absolutely brilliant. I'm really looking forward to meeting you on the 3rd of June. We'll be liaising, as Danny knows, before then. And so what we're going to be doing, we're going to be, as I said, we're going to be sort of like sharing everybody's details on social media, and we're asking everybody that's involved, doesn't matter what you're doing, for them to be doing exactly the same, not just your own stuff, other people's stuff as well. We obviously want people to attend, so the information is going across the screen now. The tickets are free, FREE. You do not pay to enter, and it's so important because I could put a little charge on there, Dan. I could charge even if it was £2-3, but do you know what? I don't want anybody to have the excuse that they couldn't afford to come, and they would really love to, even if it's a case of, because sometimes due to circumstances you may not actually be able to afford at that present moment in time, but just by networking, just by seeing other people, you could potentially get inspiration, whether you're a young person or an elder person. There's just so much for people to get out of the day, so it is absolutely free. So we want everybody to be sharing. We had last time over 400 people. Bearing in mind we only had 42 exhibitors then, and I say only because we've got more than 42 exhibitors now, and we've got 70. So we've still got a few more spaces available. But yes, it is going to be a busy day. So
coming down from London, Dee. Okay, to me that's quite. I know it's not right across the world, but it is. But if you live in Luton, there's no excuse.
Hello. No excuse at all. Judith, thank you so much, and I'll be catching up with you before the day. Okay.
Lovely, excellent. Thank you so much.
No problem. Thank you. That's Judith with the happening. Woohoo!
Faye apologises. Her she's dropped out. She's not able to join now. But yeah, she says thank you so much.
Vanita, is Vanita one of yours, Danny? No.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, she's. I'm sorry. It's only because Vanita. Sorry, you're on mute at the minute. You can come off mute, darling. And yeah, only because what I want to do is just showcase. For those that are just joining us now, Danny is the keynote speaker at the Black Bookcase. from Conscious Streams Publishing, and she is brilliant. This is her village, her entourage. How many people have you got coming?
We've got about 14 or 15 of us so far coming. But I think 8 of us online and 15 in
We're not
person.
talking people coming. We're just talking about authors.
Yeah, authors. Oh, altogether.
Yeah, so there's more than coming.
We're up to about 190 authors now we've published.
Oh my gosh, that's absolutely phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Vanita, greetings, my dear. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. Thanks for having me. How are you?
No problem. Thank you for joining us this evening. So, as if you've just joined or you've been on for a little bit, you can see that we're just having sort of like all of at the moment now. Afterwards, it'll be other people, but we're just having those that are published through Conscious Streams. So, do you want to tell us what your book's called and a little bit about yourself?
Oh, okay. Hi, Danny.
Hi, darling.
Like you said, my name's Benita McCullough. A bit about myself, right? I am a mother of 2. I love writing. I work in a nursery, and now I'm an author. I'm a children's.
So when you say now, do you mean as in like a while ago or recently?
Now, recently, my book came out in July 2022, so it hasn't even been out a year. So it's
wow,
still fresh. Yeah, it's going good. Here it is. It's called Ask Your Belly Button. Can you see it? Oh, where's the camera? There. Called Ask Your Belly Button. It has a lot of people asking questions. It's about. Yeah. So
I love that.
I don't know how far I can go because, like, I don't want to spoil it. You don't want people to spoil it. What the book's about. Yeah. So, this book is about Michael and Michaela. They go on what they're doing is they're looking for a pair of lost shoes, and the message I want the children to get from this book is that you don't have to answers are not always outside of you, and sometimes you have to look within. And it's not only children that look outside of themselves, us adults do it as well. We tend to look in silly places for things that are outside, the answers that are within us. We tend to look at material stuff, and we're not going to find the answers in a new car, some bling, and new shoes and things like that. And this is the message that I want to get to children. Like, can I show you an illustration?
Go on, just one.
But I really wanted to exaggerate the silly places that not only children, but us adults looking. These are the silly places. They're looking in silly places like the oven for a pair of shoes and the empty cereal boxes to look for a pair of shoes. And we adults do this as well. So yeah, what we do is just help all of that. And I've used the belly button as a visual, something visual for children to realize that they are looking within themselves for answers. And I think belly buttons it's quite yeah, so yeah, it's a message for adults as well.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's my book. Yeah.
You're going to do more? Come on.
Yes, I've written one. It's not published yet. It's not published. I've written one, and I'm really excited about it. I'm really excited. I want there to be 3 in the series of Michael and Michaela, but third one I have still to write. Yeah, so there will be more. Hopefully soon.
Tell her about the trailer.
Say that again.
Tell her about the trailer.
Oh gosh, Danny introduced me to a young lady called Naya Davis, and she created a really, oh my gosh, I thought she was going to do one clip for me.
So did I.
She did a fantastic job on a trailer for me. She even did a trailer with words like subtitles, and she did a trailer without the words. So she gave me so much to work with. I do this a lot.
No, I was doing that because that's what I do. I'm very handsy. You know, I have to sit on my hands, literally. Otherwise, that's just how I talk. So don't you be worrying about that.
Oh, okay.
I love it.
He was mimicking me.
No. Daniel will tell you no, not at all. Honestly.
No.
Yeah, okay.
Both of us. And D, you do that as well. Same as
me.
No, Naya Davis was fantastic. I mean, I met her and we spoke on the phone for a long while. I thought we'd have a conversation about the book and how it's going to go and things like that. And we just spoke for hours, about an hour on the phone about loads of things. And yeah, we really had a connection. So yeah, thank you, Danny, for introducing me to her. Yeah. But yeah.
Absolutely fantastic. Oh my gosh.
I'm looking forward to the event on the 3rd of July. I don't
know what's going to happen on the 3rd of July.
No, 3rd of June. The 3rd of June. Sorry, I'm so sorry.
Don't you worry
about May a minute ago.
Oh my God.
We won't be there. You know that, right? Don't you worry. You're going to get hounded. You're going to say, like, for crying out loud, why does she keep emailing me and making sure that I've got in my head it's the 3rd of June and don't rock up on the 3rd of July?
Before I came on, I was set up and everything, and then my battery was dying, so I've been running around trying to find connection, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't sit
on the floor. I'm sitting on my dining floor because don't ask. I am. Who cares? Who cares, Renee? Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. Thank you,
darling. Thank you. So look forward to seeing you then.
Yes, I'm looking forward to meeting you.
I can't even explain how excited I am. And we've not even covered a fraction, have we, Danny?
Oh, they're lovely, aren't they?
Oh my gosh, yeah, definitely. Some amazing authors you've got. Absolutely amazing. Who else have we got waiting in the wings, Shell?
I don't know if you heard, but Faye's not able to join us. But she apologises and says thank you so much for the opportunity. Yeah.
All done.
We're all done.
Yeah.
Go inside, I'm cold.
Yeah.
That's absolutely fine. I'm going to wrap up then with you, Danny.
Okay.
Just a reminder, some people probably just joined us and probably just seen a load of people and like, who the hell?
Going on?
And just kind of just briefly, if you don't mind, just who you are again. Danny's the keynote speaker for the 3rd of June. And then just who you're bringing.
All right.
Not as in like name, but just as in like, yeah.
Yeah. So if you've just tuned in, my name is Daniela Bleckner on Simply Deez RealTalk show. I'm an author, book journey mentor, founder of Conscious Dreams Publishing, and we transform diverse writers into successful published authors. I'm absolutely passionate about providing a platform for unseen, unheard authors and voices so they can have their stories shared and voices heard so they can educate, inspire, entertain, and empower for generations to come. We'll be at the Black Bookcase on the 3rd of June. Can't wait. A lot of us are coming from London. I think most of us are coming from London, actually. It's going to be amazing. The first time that a lot of authors will be meeting each other. I was there in 2019. It was amazing. There were about 42 stall holders, 400 people, speakers, Black booksellers, Black publishers, Black authors, Black entrepreneurs. And most importantly, yes, we've got drumming, food, very important, fashion show, but there's going to be children's hour, and I think this is going to be such a powerful phase back, such a powerful hour where the young people can talk about.
Don't worry, darling, don't worry.
The young people are going to be introducing themselves and talking about the books they've written and inspiring other young people as well. In fact, everybody. So,
yes,
yeah, we'll be there. See you there.
Fabulous. And before you go, anything happening Thursday?
Thursday, of course. So on Thursday, I do a show every Thursday, 7 p.m. GMT. It's going to be 8 o'clock for me here because I'm away. I keep saying I need to remember because I logged in here for this interview an hour beforehand. Oh dear. So 7 p.m. GMT, I'm going to be interviewing the awesome and amazing Dee Bailey. It's going to be going live on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube. If you're following me, or if you're not following me, follow me, Danny Bleckner, or Conscious Dreams Publishing on Instagram and Facebook. And there will be an invite to the interview with Dee. He'll be talking in more depth about the Black Bookcase. So if you still haven't made your mind up, why not? You need to watch this. You need to watch the interview. That's it.
Exactly. That's fantastic. Thank you so much, Danny. Thank you. And Faye, you're back.
I'm back. I'm so sorry. It's because I'm out. I'm back with the Art Council. So, it's Mercury retrograde.
Honestly, ask Danny, this is how I roll. It has to be real. Do you know what I mean? It has to be real. So all of that, and then people being in their cars, they've been everywhere, kind of broadcasting. So, yeah. So you've got a book that I have nearly there-ish.
Nearly there.
You finished, you thought you had, and Danny's going like, give it some more meat, give it some more.
Yeah. On me.
I wasn't saying it like that.
I think it was the teacher in her. and so I had to get on with it, basically. And bless Danny, I procrastinated for quite some time, and it's a lot of it's to do with like, not being seen, not being heard, and like not feeling like you've got a voice, and wanting to, showcase what you can actually do and say. And even to do like this interview, like probably 3 or 4 years ago, I'd be like, no, it's not going to happen.
That's because it's not an interview.
Yeah, well, no, sorry, yeah.
The chat is a conversation. See, when you say interview, everyone sort of like, they think they've got to sit up straight and it's all got,
these up and everything.
Chat.
Yeah.
You're more relaxed now, aren't you?
So my book is kind of based on my poor choices and my mistakes and how I've kind of got through them by thinking about the ways to communicate with people. I come from the 70s and, raised by someone that was from the silent generation. Yeah. And so, to children to be seen and not heard, and to be, children don't speak until they're spoken to. So I still had that in my subconscious mind. And I think that made me not able to deal with relationships the way I could. Apart from that abusive situation that I was also in my teens. And that kind of made me very passive. I didn't put myself in a position to really speak out because I thought I was going to be hurt. So that impacted my relationships as well. So I guess long story short, pardon?
Don't say no more. The reason I say that is like when this is ready, Danny knows you're on, you're back on, as in a proper chat, proper conversation, and we're going to deep dive.
So
wow, that sounds really good.
That's what it's going to be, a book to kind of help people communicate more compassionately and more kindly towards each other. Hooray. Managed to say it without the internet going off.
Can I say, it's so beautiful seeing Faye speak as an author, because she's helped so much. I feel like quite emotional. You've helped so much behind the scenes. Like you've been doing what Shelly's doing right now, trying to organise stuff, getting people connected at at all the events, helping the authors set up, making sure that I've not lost anything or misplaced anything. You know what it's like. but just seeing you speak as an author is beautiful. Thanks, Dee.
And I can't thank Danny enough for being my mentor and just being there for me as a friend as well, because she has been a lovely friend to me. And supporting people and helping people. Sometimes we just need a helping hand.
Yes.
And it's not always about getting paid for it. It's about just trying to help and support someone get towards where their dream is as well.
Oh
my gosh, I can't wait to meet you.
Oh, bless you. I'll see you soon.
It's going to be something else. And do you know what? My birthday's actually on the Monday, so I'm going to use it as a birthday celebration.
Yeah.
Oh, excellent.
You'll get presents now, everyone.
Oh, yeah.
Don't do the presents. The presents is as like that's the gift that would do it for me. So yeah. Oh wow, Faye, thank you so much for being persistent and coming back on.
Yeah, I had to.
Oh, I can't wait for this. So when do we think this? I'm like this now. When do we think this book is likely to be birthed?
Likely to be out, I'm hoping before the summer holidays, so perhaps sometime in July. Hopefully going to be able to do the book launch then. So fingers crossed.
Yeah, we'll get you on. I'll get her on RealTalk.
We've got the book cover. We're just doing the final tweaks of the interior design, and then obviously we're going to check the proof. Got to be thorough. Yeah. Hopefully we'll have a few for the Black Bookcase. That is the aim.
Really?
Yeah. Hopefully. Yeah.
So does that mean I can get a signed? Look at Shelley's diving on now. This is produced. She literally came on the page. I don't believe it. Yeah, see that fight? Me and her gonna fight.
Pardon?
We're gonna fight. Faye, thank you so much.
Yes, you're welcome. I've got to go now because I've got to go back into the room.
No problem.
I'll see you soon. All right, take care.
We'll catch up soon. Thank you.
Sure, no problem. See you.
All right, take care. Bye-bye. So, Danny.
Oh.
That is you and yours.
We're done. All right. Shelley's given us the right time to go now. So Thank you so much. I'm really looking forward to it. And I'm looking forward to hearing everyone else as well. So thanks for the opportunity.
No, and I will catch up with you before Thursday.
Definitely. Mwah.
All right. Thank you so much, darling. Take care. Bye-bye. Oh, wow. Wowza. What owlser? Shall I go? Shall I not? Shall I shop? Well, should I go? Should I not? Should I go? Should I not? Have you not seen more than enough that you need to reach?
There's plenty more.
I can't hear you. Why can't I hear you?
I don't know. Is there? There's plenty more.
You're low.
I'm low.
Yeah.
Yes, there's plenty more.
Wowza. Yeah, no.
Ready for the next?
When say next, because obviously you've got an abundance of people.
That's what I was about. That's why I popped on to then say to you, you've got Marcia Bailey.
Yeah, Danette's been there from the beginning, hasn't she?
No, it was Marcia.
Okay, then bring that young lady on, please. Thank you. I'll let you steer now. Marcia, you still there, Marcia?
Hi.
You still there?
I'm still here. I dropped off so it give everybody else some space, and I'm back again just to say thank you for having me and sharing this space to talk a little bit about my book, which is I've edited rather than tell the whole narrative. It's got 25 other voices of people who are neurodiverse like me. I'm dyslexic, which dyslexia is not just about reading and writing, but it can have effect on a whole range of things. Sorry, my son's in the background. It can have effect on a whole range of things, from phonologically processing, from your memory, so mine's short-term memory, and a whole range of things. that makes us authentically unique. So you can't say one dyslexic person is the same as the other. And I just think there's such a lack of awareness, and it's genetic as well. So my mum's dyslexic, I'm dyslexic, and my daughter's dyslexic. And there's a lot of barriers that limits because our systems are, the way they assess us, it doesn't fit. Sorry?
Did you say?
Yes, it's genetic, yeah. It is. Dyslexia is genetic.
Oh, I just love this show. It's knowledge, it's education. That's why when I keep telling people to share, it's because there's always something. Always something. Didn't know that. Did not know that. Thank you.
Yeah. But there's a lot, no problem. There's a lot of strengths to it. And the whole, we talk about the big picture, see, I'm good at, spotting into patterns and lots of things that I can talk about around my dyslexia, but having that strength-based approach is so important, and to have in our classrooms that multi-sensory way of learning. So kinesthetic learning, like doing, and the visual kind of way of learning, those are some of my strengths, but yet in the classroom, you're testing me on my memory, which is not my strength. So I can learn things with my memory, but it's just in a different way how you can process that information. The other day they said to my daughter, who's dyslexic, she's the go-to in the English class, she's brilliant, but she's not quite putting that down. But if she could put in a mind map, or she could speak it in her assessments, that would be amazing. So it's just different ways of thinking. And I think, I would probably be that person that's going out there and trying to create new things, but we don't see that in the classroom sometimes. And I've been working in education for the last 30 years, so I'm not being negative, but I think there's some things that can be changed, which are barriers to some of us accessing learning. So, and this is my book.
So when did the book come out? It's recent, isn't it? Is it recent?
It came, in February. Yeah.
I know. You think I don't follow you? I don't know. I didn't know how recent, but I knew it was recent. Yeah. Congratulations.
Yeah. So this is with a publisher, but thank you. This is with a publisher. It's a niche publisher which focuses around autism, neurodiversity, which basically neurodiversity is a term that was coined by a lady called Judy Singer. She's an Australian sociologist. And what she did, she was doing some research around autism, but kind of having a celebration model. So what's happened with that word, neurodiversity, it's kind of become an umbrella of things like dyslexia, ADHD, autism, dyspraxia, dyscalculia, dysgraphia. We've also got bipolar, could even fit under that, Tourette's. So there's a whole range which is about how the brain works and how it's processed. So they fit under this lovely umbrella. Some people don't like that label of neurodiversity, but it fits well for me to have that celebratory, because dyslexia can co-occur with ADHD, can co-occur with autism, depending on how you look. So there's a whole range of things. They all kind of in that family, if that makes sense. You've gone quiet, BD. So that's a little bit. I really just want to be there.
Absorbing. That's because I'm absorbing.
Yeah. So it's about. Yeah, it's just about thinking differently, and I just want to bring more awareness to that, because when I was at school, I selectively muted because they kept on asking me to read, and reading was really difficult. I didn't start reading fully until I was about 10 or so. I taught myself to read a book called Cat in the Hat, and it was really basic words that, as Faye talks about being the 70s, I was the 70s, so I was one of those children that they just put in a corner, and I would have been what you would call SEN children, because they didn't know quite what was wrong, but it was clear there was a spiky profile. Dyslexia is not based on intelligence, so if you're going to test me on that, it's not going to work, because the system doesn't work. So that I'm not broken is what I've learned now. The system is a bit broken about how they're assessing. We're all not linear or rote learners, and so we're testing us on that kind of standardized testing. It doesn't work for me, so I had to, I feel, hack the system to be able to achieve. Selectively muting made me be more reflective, made me think more about myself, but also it developed anxiety. And I do believe, alongside what Faye talked about children not seeing what was heard, being respectful, saying thank you, please, you've got to listen to authority, all of those things on top of the dyslexia or the learning difference that I didn't know I had, because I wasn't diagnosed until I was 16. It all kind of just was a lot. So the trauma was not just talking about generational as a Black Caribbean girl growing up, but the trauma was that I didn't feel like I belonged. And belonging the opposite of it's just being different, and there's nothing wrong with being different, but because of those intersectionalities of being a black, being a girl, and then there was this learning difference, it made me feel like a bit of an alien. So I thought, if I don't speak, no one's going to ask me to read, no one's going to ask me anything. And that's what I did. It got so bad, psychotherapy and all these different things, but that's because they didn't address what was actually going on. Because the bottom line is I love school, but school didn't love me. And that's just how, that was a matter of fact. And that's how I sort of just cut off. And they told my parents that I would never academically achieve. So there's a whole range of things. And I just want to really share the stories of those 24 other people whose stories around that intersection, whether you're of African descent, you know, I've got people in the book from America, from Ghana. So there's a whole range of Nigeria. So there's a whole range, and there's quotes in there and stuff like this, just really sharing those stories and changing that narrative. There's a few of us out there as Black dyslexics and neurodiverse people who are now speaking up, because you did feel that stigma and shame, or feel like, well, just as well as being Black and feeling that everything's negative, and then you've got this, what is this? Do you know what I mean? It's like, are you really kidding me? You know? And it doesn't, dyslexia or neurodiverse doesn't discriminate. And the thing is, we need to see more of us who are talking about it. We had the whole subnormal, and some of those people there were dyslexic, but, you know, if you didn't speak, if you speak Patway, maybe it's a language barrier. It's a lot of things, but all I want to do is just really talk about it and make difference for our schools and for our children. So that's a little bit about the Black and Brilliant Dyslexic. And I just love it because you can put it down and pick it up. My mum read it and she cried for a day. And that was really powerful to me, because she saw so many elements of the stories that were told in herself, being from Jamaica. Not only was she having a learning difference, which we know is dyslexia, she was left-handed. So there was a whole range of other things what went along with being left-handed and not being able to read. So I don't want to sort of say about and share her story, but you can imagine that it was a lot. A lot of other things came along that were running under the hut, and she used to tell me all sorts of things. But now reading some of the stories, it made her realize what she was going through, and that was powerful for me, because she really gained something from that story, to realize that she wasn't making up how what was happening. It was the dyslexia. And in school then those days, no, it wasn't going to happen. In terms of, you know, reading and writing,
like, just kind of, I'm hooked. That's why, and that's what I listen. And I'd love to hear more, but just due to time, and you know, it's just a short time.
No, sorry.
No, don't apologise. Do not apologise at all. And we've got to get you back on another show.
Yeah.
And I also need to link you with Shelley, the producer, is there, but I need to link you with a lady that we know, and she's very much all that sort of. So it'd be interesting for you guys to connect to see what, I don't know, may develop.
Yeah, there's a few others out. There's a few others out there, but it's about empowering and helping others to find their voice as well. I also just quickly did the Pioneering Women Speak with Peach's publication. That was the first thing. I was writing my piece in there as well as writing my book at the same time. So it's an interesting thing. So I can write, and I see the vision of the picture before I see the words. So for me, it's all in, you know, like the visions of the pictures. I love seeing pictures, and I think it's magic. But when I used to say that, I couldn't tell no one that, because it just seemed like
the lady I'm talking about, she explains all of that sort of stuff. So yeah, definitely. Her name's Olive. Yeah, because oh my gosh, my brain's gone. Winston is going to be there. Winston's going to be at the bookcase.
Yes, she told me. So thank you so. Yeah, she told me. So thank you so much for having me. I hope I gave you a little bit of a nugget, but that's not the whole story. Did. But it's those hopefully changing someone to think this could be what my young person's going through, because I've even got my daughter in there. She's wrote a chapter as well.
Fabulous. She coming?
Talking about primary to secondary. She is coming. My daughter's got her own business called Yarny Creation. So I said she can have a few of the magnets, which are positive quotes, just maybe between the books, so she can come and just support me, because she's doing her GCSE, so I didn't want to put pressure onto her, as well as doing her own stall or something. So I thought she could just join with me and just have the pressure off of her.
Please bring her. I don't know if you heard, but I've actually got, there's going to be a young people's hour 3 till 4, and it's all young people, that whether they're authors, I've got some that have got their own businesses, and literally it's them. It's all about them, and we.
Wonderful.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, she's been the popcorn house and stuff like that. So now I'll definitely bring her along
and
get her to bring some of the books as well.
Thank you so much.
much.
No problem, and we will catch up before the day.
Okay.
Thank you, darling.
Bye.
Oh, thank you. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Shell, producer. You know I'm talking about Olive Higmut here. That connection. Ouch. Isn't it?
Yeah, it's.
I see pictures and I'm like, oh my gosh, Olive.
exactly what she says. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. People are going like, so all these people she's reeling out, how come she normally has a couple of people on the show? That's because this is the Black Bookcase special for those of you that don't listen, don't pay attention, don't read along, that Paul Shelley does all of this and you don't pay attention to any of it. Share. When we say share, we mean share, share, share. We are on, what platforms are we on, Shelley? Tell them. Tell them.
We are currently going live on Facebook.
Woo!
Page. We are currently going live on our YouTube channel.
Woo!
So all of our lives and everything always go on there, so you can look in at any of them that have come up. And also on YouTube, and I have put it in our comments, was the show reel from the first Black Bookcase. So
you're talking about the one that was a few hours.
19, yes, yeah. So that's on there. So the show reel from that's in there. And then we're also then live on Twitter tonight.
No way.
Yes, we're on our Twitter page as it's changed. So I'll give it a go.
Like we experiment.
Yep.
We experiment. And if it doesn't work, guess what? We don't like, oh, it's game over. We keep going. We keep going. So thank you.
It's not a fail. It's a first attempt in learning.
Oh, did you hear that, guys? First attempt in learning. Told you it's going to be educational today. Told you that. Told you that. We got anybody else, Shell? There should be a few more.
We have Garfield.
No way.
Hey, Garfield.
Woohoo!
Present teacher.
There you go. There he is.
Hello, Dee.
Oh, do you know what? I think I'm going to cry.
Look here, most inspirational woman in Luton. How are you doing? Cry if you want.
Oh, I miss
Cry
you.
if you want.
I miss you so much. Oh my God.
I miss you guys up in Luton, man. I love being up in Luton. I can't wait for the 3rd of June, right?
Yeah, you got the right date,
June, man.
That's what we want to hear.
I first met you. I was just in Luton, just about my business, and I came to the library because there was something in the library. And
I met you before then, but you didn't remember me.
Oh my God.
Because you remember Juliet Sharp used to host an event.
Yes, the Akiba. The Akiba in that. Oh, I used to love going to that place. I used to love going to that place.
That's where I saw you.
Okay.
And I think you were giving away some, I don't know, whatever it was free. So
I'm always giving away stuff from the Voice or the Gleaner. Always giving away stuff, yeah.
So, greetings, Garfield.
How are you doing?
Me, as cooking, I'm glad. It's so good to see you. Oh my gosh.
Same here, man. Same here, yeah.
Tell the guys, because we've got masses out there watching, tell them just a little bit about you and the fact that you're going to be at the Bookcase. What are you going to be?
Oh my God. All right. So one of my friends is going to be upset with me, right?
Yeah,
the 3rd and 4th of June. Yeah, I have a couple of friends and yes, so to be honest, I'm going to be 200% honest with you. So the 3rd and 4th of June is a certain event in Brixton, right? And to be honest, I didn't finish signing up with them, but when I saw Black Bookcase, I said, wow, Black Bookcase, that's in on that, right? So, because to be honest, after 20 years of selling books, I've been doing some soul searching and really trying to look at what I'm doing and what the other booksellers are doing and everything. And I'm saying, you know something? I need to make 20 years of experience, 20 years of knowledge, I need to do something with it. Not for me, but for the shy authors and the people who want to write and think it's difficult, people who want to write and don't have the discipline, people who want their book to be sold, but hello, before it's sold, you have to write it first, right? So I've been out there, 20 years all over the place, been to Luton a lot of times. I was telling somebody I've been as far down as Brighton selling books and as high up as South Wales. But I want to do Scotland, North Wales, and Northern Ireland, as well as Ireland. So those places are on my radar. Because what authors do is like, I don't even think some of them know what they do, right? So a person might have a personal goal to be an author. That's fine. Love you for that, right? And especially in a country where I'm going to say the Black community is a minority, our stories, more than anybody else, our stories need to be told, right? So the story that this person thinks about, that person thinks about, our next 100 people think about, they might not have the discipline to write it down or to express it. And that's where the author comes in. Because each author is speaking on behalf of a community, of maybe a group, of maybe the way how they feel. And there's other people who feel the same way, but maybe don't have that finishing discipline to say, okay, let me put pen to paper. Or it's not even pen to paper no more. It's finger to typewriter or finger to keyboard and get this thing done. And because of that, I've really enjoyed selling books, but I want to support more the authors who enable us to have these books.
Yeah.
So, and that's why I love the Black Bookcase. Because once I've been there. Did you have it more than once?
It's only been online because remember the next year was lockdown. So this is the second in-person one that I'm doing.
Ah, right. So yeah, to be honest, I love it. No, but I was there the first one, one, right?
Exactly.
Because sometimes, man, the online thing, like, I like the live interaction with the people at the thing,
Yes.
And I was out selling books the other day, and our lady said, "Oh, I read them on my Kindle." I said, "Okay, that's nice. All right." So imagine that you're now an author and you have written a book. Wouldn't you like some people to come to you and you sign it for them and you write something nice? How are you going to do that on your Kindle? She said, "Oh, Lord, I didn't think about that." I was just thinking if I'm running down the road, I can throw it in my bag and all of that. That's fine too. And I've seen people who have these, similar devices and everything, but they still buy the printed copy. You understand? Because they still want to have that experience as well. So I haven't even said nothing about myself. So my name is Garfield Robinson.
Garfield, you've only got a little while. This is not a
Robinson, yeah.
I'm gonna get you back for that.
Yeah, man. Been knocking around the place.
Let me ask you some questions because you'll
ask me some questions because I might talk for days and still don't say nothing about myself.
Night, I let him. Garfield, how many books would you say you currently have?
Ooh, all right. So, oh Lord, you mean like in my stock of books, right?
Because last time you sort of said it was an incredible number, and I didn't believe you, but I know you're not lying. So,
all right. To be honest, I was trying to do a stock count one time, and I know I was around the 5,000 mark in terms of the stock, right? Majority of that is books from African and Caribbean authors, and then there's a certain amount which are a lot of health books, not necessarily from African and Caribbean authors. because and how I get this kind of collection is that when I started out in 2002,
1 minute.
336 Brixton Road. I started out there. I went that day. It was October, Black History Month, first week of October 2002, 336 Brixton Road. There was a group of, I think it was young ladies. I don't remember if the group was called Nearby Purpose, but I remember that near, right? And they had this event, and I saw the advert in the Gleaner, the Weekly Gleaner, where I was actually working. So I was just looking through the paper, and I saw this ad, and I called them, and I had a table. And it's a long story, but I'll cut it short. And what I found
20 seconds.
that day, what I found that day is that people were, yes, there were bookshops, but I came with just mostly Jamaican stuff. I just cut it down as Jamaican stuff. And yes, I did get some Black inventors and scientists from Biz Publications. Yeah, I did get. So can't just have Jamaica by itself. We have to have more things. But as I went to more events, I would meet a lady from St. Lucia, and she would say, "Hey, what happened to St. Lucia? I just pure Jamaican things you have." So I say, "All right, next day you see me, I'm gonna have things from St. Lucia." Then I'd book up somebody from, say, Trinidad, and then say, "Wait, what kind of thing you do, man? You have Jamaica, you have St. Lucia. What happened to it?" So after a while, it was because of my customers, I had like a genuine Caribbean selection.
Yeah.
Right? It's not just Jamaica, but Jamaica is how I started out. All right. Then, as I went to more events now, one of my customers,
Garfield, sorry, I have to cut you. What's your business called?
Oh, my business is called Promoting Our Heritage.
You hear that,
guys?
Because
we are promoting the African and Caribbean heritage through books. And that's what we do.
Oh my gosh. I'm going to get you back another time afterwards. To have a proper. So that way then, you know what, you can chat, or we can chat, proper chat. But this is only kind of just a little, what we're doing today is just giving people a little tease of what potentially they're going to see on the 3rd of June. Because everybody on the show,
let me tell you like a secret, Ed. Like a secret, right? So
it
after 20 years, 2 minutes, 1 minute and 59 seconds. So after 20 years of selling books, and even my customers say, "So where's your book and what is your book?" When it was getting to 20 years last year, when it was coming to 20 years, I was saying that I was trying to find a way to mark the 20. But it took a while to come to me and so forth. So for days I was questioning myself, talking to myself, and people were saying, "Oh, hey, no one there talk to himself." But they didn't know what was going through my head. So it turns out that the same thing I was saying to you, selling the books, I'm at the end of a process. But strangely, when somebody buys a book, it's the start of a process for them. So I was looking at myself and looking at what I'm doing, and I said, do I always want to be at the end of the process? No, I want to be at the start of the process. Who's at the start of the process? The author. It comes back to the author. And I care how you do it, it comes back to the author. And I was saying to myself, so how do I do that? Still not sure. So came home one afternoon and watching TV. I hope my boss not listening to this, right? And it's a game show. And the guy said, we asked 100 people, what's your favorite color? And something just zinging in my head. I say, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Over 20 years, I've met hundreds of Black authors. I'm going to pick 100 of them who I know like maybe the longest. And I'm going to give them like a quiz, right? What inspires you? You know, why you want to be an author, and how you want the reader to benefit from that, right? And after all of that, this is the result, right? So when I come, to the show, I'll have my first book, which has 100 Black authors, right? So I haven't crossed over fully to the publishing side, but I'm exploring another side of the business, and it still come back to the authors, right? And there are 100 of them in here, and I don't think the 100 have been maybe to Devon. right?
You hear me? We're going to eject you now. So
you're going to eject me now. All right. I'm grateful. I'm grateful. So anybody want to see me? I'm going to be 3rd of June.
Exactly.
3rd of June. I'm going to be there.
Reaching Luton.
I'm going to have more little surprises because these days I get up to all kind of surprises. So,
you think I don't follow you? You think I don't follow you?
Yeah?
So thank you so much. Garfield, I'm going to put you on the spot. Are we going to be in The Voice?
What I'll do is I can help you promote the event. So I can help you with some promotion.
Yes.
Notice how I answer the question. Yeah, I can.
Yes.
Yeah, man. Because I think the first time I did something for you, the long time.
Yes,
so,
you
yeah,
did.
I'm happy to do that again. Because what you guys doing is
because we're literally in the process of doing the flyers, so that way then I can put The Voice logo on there also as well. So absolutely awesome. Thank you so much, Garfield. Honestly, you are a gem. I love speaking to you, and I can't wait to see you on the 3rd.
On the 3rd of June, Thank you very much.
Definitely.
Take care, everyone.
Thank you. All right. Bye-bye. Shell, producer, I need Danette on, and then I will dig out. Is she still there? Is she gone?
Danette is still. The picture's not on, but she's there.
Can you finger her on, and I will.
There's you. We just stuff in your face.
Don't you apologise. You're on mute because I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Can you hear her, Shell?
No.
Oh, it's not me then. Can't hear you. Yeah. Say something.
It's working now.
Yeah.
Yeah, my mic was using the camera mic.
Don't you worry about that. Greetings.
Hi.
It's good to see you.
Yes, no, I've been here the whole evening. I have been here. I've also been indulging in some computer games this evening at the same time. So, yeah, just put the control pad down.
Thank you, darling. Thank you so much for coming on. Thank you for well, you're going to be one of the exhibitors on the day. So the amount of people we've had so far, people are going like, right, because it's called the Black Bookcase. So we have authors, we have publishers, we have booksellers, but we also have crafts. We have crafts. So tell us just a little bit about yourself and what are you going to be bringing on the day, darling?
I am going to be bringing an array of wax melts, body soaps, me, candles, lots of different sets and bits and pieces, and
Have you got anything there? You've had enough time. Have you got anything there to show us? No.
I've got some bits of. I've got a lot of stuff here. I'm still in the process of making a load more because I don't want to offset myself. So
you got anything that show us? No,
not to hand right around me. I'm in the wrong spot, but I can just
flip the screen.
Wait, just over there. Not the television, but there. There's a bookcase full of stuff there, and I've still got more stuff on the other side. So I'm busy getting everything together and making sure, because I'm still got obviously orders and that going, and I don't want to bring stuff down and then come back and have nothing.
Totally understand, darling. Totally understand.
Yeah.
Thank you. So honestly, thank you so much. What do you want to share with the guys? Is there anything you want to tell? Because what we're doing, if you've been listening, everybody apart from the, and he might well be attending anyway, but everybody that's been on the show is part of the event, whether they're sponsors, whether they're exhibiting. So is there anything that you want to?
I don't really know. I've been stumped. I've been listening to everybody and just thinking, wow.
Isn't it just?
Wow. Yeah, it's been like, wow.
That's how it is. That's how, to be honest, that's why I'm doing the show. That's why I'm doing the show. So it's not a case of like, when you see it, it's like, oh, they're hyping this thing up. They're giving it so much hype. It's like, okay, then let me drop it to you. So these people are going to be there.
Yeah, I've been up my side saying
That
like,
message looks like it's for you.
Do I have any new fragrance? I do actually. I have a few new ones that are out. I've got a few new bits of everything. I've been doing a lot recently. As soon as something springs to mind, I write it down. I do my little cost calculations and go, let me jump on that one. Yeah, and there will be something that I will be premiering there, so I'm not going to say what it is, but the launch date for it is actually on the 3rd of June. So there's an online launch date, but obviously it's online, so I don't mind going home and packaging stuff up for the next day, and that I will be where I will be at the 3rd of June. So I will be also bringing that as well and getting, so
we look forward to whatever that is. We're looking forward to it. Thank you so much for all your support, darling.
Thank you. I enjoy, like, it is great networking with you guys. You know, it is very uplifting. It's not it's been some situations recently where it feels like you're being made to, it's like an obligation, and shouldn't really be an obligation. It should be free, and I like to be able to give my energy freely, and I feel with you guys I can give my energy freely. I have been telling everybody, London and Luton, I'm like, if you want to see me, boy, you better come down there, because I'm not going anywhere else on that Saturday. So
fabulous. Exactly.
Yeah, I'm like, if you want to catch me, you better come down there, because I'm not going to be anywhere else.
The event is free. People don't even have to pay to enter. There's food. Oh my gosh, there's going to be so much. We've got African drumming.
I enjoy it all the time. I'm coming down. Any vegan food going to be around?
Of course.
I've been dibbling in that since. I was like, oh. So I'm looking forward to it. I really am.
Yes, definitely. Thank you for being so patient, darling. And I'll speak to you before then anyway. I'll speak to you before then. We appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, darling. Take care. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Oh, wow. She is amazing. You know, when you sort of like just come across people and then that's it. And I'm going to message you actually, Danette, because you remember Clive from the community Zoom, and his daughter got married. I'll send you some of those amazing pictures. Do we have anybody else in the house, Shelley Titmus? Nope, because do you know what? I need to find. Let's have a look. Bear with me, everybody. Bear with me, because Tishy Thomas. Who's Tishy Thomas? What do you mean, who's Tishy Thomas? If you don't know now, you will never know. She is one of our key.
She's the boss. Can you read it all right on the email?
Sorry. Do you know what it is? I got sidetracked because I got an email from the Irish Forum asking about the Health and Wellbeing Day. And right, 1st of May. Okay, so guys, pin your ears back, listen up. Tishy Thomas has written her monthly update for Real Talk. So, hello everyone. Since the last show, I went to Jubilee Lodge in Chigwell for a week, and I had a great time. And I went on a few trips to Lakeside Shopping Centre and the cinema, golf, and we had different entertainment every night. But I came back with a cold and a chest infection, which wasn't good. But don't you worry, guys, because I'm better and I'm back to myself. Before I went away, I caught up with my big brother, one of my favourite people in my life, and we shared our poetry with each other. And I told him that he is the reason why I started writing poetry, and he was surprised but happy. I'm hoping that he will put his amazing poetry in a book, because I know people would read and relate to him. I saw my cousin Jordan, and he bought me another jar of his amazing Jordan's Ivory Moss. and we had a great little catch up when he came. It's like an extended version this month, guys.
A lot to catch up
There's
on.
still more. It was my dad's birthday last week, Tuesday, and we went to the Leicester Arms pub with Nanny for lunch. And this past weekend, we had an Indian takeaway to celebrate. Now, pay attention, guys, pay attention. It's my birthday next week, Wednesday. I haven't got any plans yet, but I know that my next chapter will be amazing. It is Luton Carnival on the 28th of May, and Chantier, who we know, his organisation business is called, it's Litmas, so look them up, guys. They're on all the platforms, and he's busy making the costumes, and I'm really excited to be participating again this year, because Tishi was the Carnival Queen for Litmas last year, and she's really excited to be participating in it again with Pamela Thompson, another Simply Deez crew member, and hope to see everybody there. So, until the next time, people, keep following your dreams, no matter what. Tishi Thomas, you better be in the house. I'm glad you're there. Cool, blimey. I don't know about you, sort of saying about your friend writing a book. Isn't it time you started the necessaries? We've got publishers. You better be reaching the black bookcase. We're going to nail somebody down. We're going to nail them down on a further agreement. Are you listening, Self? It's time to nail it down. Get some things, because she's more than got enough, probably for 2 books in all honesty, but let's just focus on 1. So I hope you're there, Tishi, and listening. Thank you so much for that update, Tishi. We love you and we appreciate you. And yeah.
How naughty she actually was on holiday, though.
Yeah, seen some of that. I'm here, don't worry. Yeah, I ain't worried. I ain't worried. I'm worried what you might be saying in the poems, but I ain't worried. You could start the poems off nice and then just get raunchier as it goes to the end. It's all right, I'll get Shell to read it. I ain't reading that, nothing. Yeah, so have we got any more bugs?
We've got Shirley.
Who?
We've got Shirley. So, yeah.
Greetings, Shirley. Greetings.
Hello, we've never ever met.
I know.
This is my first time.
This is what this show is all about, for us to meet now, and then we will meet in person on the 3rd of June. So how are you?
Oh, I'm good. I'm good. It's my first time on this, and yes,
we're just having a chat. You don't think you're here for an interview, you know, you're here for a chat.
Right. Shirley Blackwood. Yes. I am the author of this little baby here. Spiritual.
Okay, hold it up just a little bit. I can just see spiritual.
Spiritual.
Oh, and it's that massive butterfly.
This little baby.
Oh, spiritual antenna.
Yes, I birthed this little baby in 2019.
Okay.
And
just before lockdown.
Yeah. Sorry?
I said just before lockdown.
Yeah, just before lockdown. Yes, I birthed this baby, and I hadn't had a chance to really get into the promoting because of my ill health. And to tell you about how this came along, it was to do with like my mental state. Because I came from Jamaica, and my background is I was separated from my mother from the time I was 2, and then I didn't get to meet with her until I was 10. Well, I thought it was 9, but I learned otherwise last year that it was 10. So there was a separation there. So that separation affected my mental state. And it really took me in a dark place as I was like, my emotion wasn't there. It was like my emotion was dead. It just wasn't there. And every time I got like stressed or was challenged with something that really, you know, was difficult, it would send me into this sort of place of anxiety and stress and worries, and I didn't know why was I feeling like that. I just could not put my hands on why I was always feeling like that until I learned in my late years, not too long ago, that it was because I didn't have this bond with my mother. You know, the separation, you know, it does do a lot of damage to people, you know, especially coming from the Caribbean. I know that I'm not the only one from the Caribbean that this is effective, and it's a very deep hurt. You know, it's a very deep wound, and you know, a lot of people may not be able to understand this deep hurt, but it's very, very painful. However, the person that is affected, like myself and many others, we have to learn that our parents or parent didn't do it deliberately, and we have to learn to forgive them. Yes, we have to learn to forgive the deep hurt and the pain.
What is it? Barrel something? Is it barrel babies, barrel child? I can't remember. Something like that they're called, as in like if you kind of...
Yeah, the barrel space, like, yeah. So I was one of those ones, and I tell you, it's not easy. And I'm sure as I speak, there are people from the Caribbean, from Jamaica. Some of them can relate to exactly what I'm saying, because people hasn't even forgiven their parents for, you know, that separation. Anyway, I say enough said about that. However, the pain and the separation brought me into writing poetry, which is very deep, very, very deep poetry to connect the person's deepest pain, the deepest sufferings, in order so that whoever is reading, it doesn't even have to be that you're from the Caribbean. Any sort of hurt that is embedded in you, right, can be brought out. And this is what this poem do. It's real. These poems, most of these poems are real. It's to connect you to that deepest, darkest part of you, to let you know that there's light at the end of the tunnel. And so that's where I come from. I've come from the dark into the light, and I've got to say it's my deepest faith in God that enabled me to be able to put my work on paper, to be able to connect and to voice my poems. I really like to voice them. I think that when I voice them, it's better for me, and it goes deeper as opposed to reading them. So something that I would like to even follow up on, being able to voice on the poem, which I do. I've been doing that when I come in. People, even today, I went and voiced it, and it really does dig deep into the souls of people. It's not just a poem; it's a spiritual book. It's to connect. It's words that heals, and words that digs up and releases. If you allow to do that,
absolutely incredible.
So that's
wow.
So that's
Danny put in the chat that you're actually one of her authors. So didn't even put that together. So because there was a section where quite a lot of them were on earlier on, and maybe we kind of just didn't know, or maybe you're just later, which is absolutely fine, Shirley. But you'll be with them on the day. You'll be with the group on the day.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you want to kind of like? So are you going to write more books potentially, or is that?
Well, hopefully, you know, I must say thanks to Danny, because I'd now meet with her. I don't know if I would have had this book published. So I want to thank her, and I also like to thank my friend Joanna. So Danny know who Joanna is. So thank you so much, Danny. Joanna, yeah, she's a church sister of mine.
Okay.
So yes, this is where I've come from.
Oh, absolutely awesome. Shirley, I look forward to meeting you on the day. We will be in contact before then.
Yes. Okay. Okay. What do I do now?
You do
Leave the
nothing.
studio.
You say thank you.
Oh. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. And thanks for everyone that's listening.
Oh,
Thank you.
excellent. Thank you so much. You'll be able to watch this on catch up because it's on Facebook, it's on YouTube, and it's also live on Twitter. So that's it. Barrel Children.
Thank you.
Thanks for that. Thank you for that. Okay, Shirley, take care, my love. Because I know we've got a few more.
God bless
I
you.
think waiting in the wings. Well,
I did have to look.
Wowza. Is Sandra Mori about?
She's there. Oh yeah, now the picture's on.
Huh? Who else?
So no. So now her picture's on. Yes, she's there.
Oh, look who it is.
Look who it is. It's me.
I'm not even going to call you. I don't think I should be calling you Sandra anymore. Sandy. Sandy. Sammy. Sandy.
Yes, that was my stage name, love, when I was young.
Well, he's still calling you that now, love.
I know. A few people from my past call me Sandy.
I don't think I've ever seen your hair wavy. I like it.
Yeah, I normally have it tied back, don't I?
It's not straight. Straight.
Yeah, or straight. Yeah, no,
Yes.
I've just washed it and left it now. I found a new gizmo, which I posted in the group. Everyone should try it.
Yes, you did.
I threw out a lot of the products, skin products.
Mori. 1 minute. 10 seconds. So those people, you've just arrived on the screen and they're going like, so who's she? Gas. You two carry on like
already introduced
private
me. You've
conversation.
said it's Sandy.
They're eavesdropping on our private conversation, aren't they?
Yeah.
That's what's going on here.
Okay.
So we are beaming to the masses out there. We're on Twitter now as well.
Oh God.
Twitter, Facebook and YouTube. We're out there. And this show is all about the Black Bookcase. We had Sammy J on earlier on. I don't know if you heard him.
Yeah, I saw.
Oh my gosh, I cannot wait to meet that young man.
Yes.
I cannot wait to meet him.
He's got a very interesting story. Yeah.
Yes. Did you hear me? I'm going like, is it juicy? Is it? And he's like,
I heard. Yeah, I've been watching. Yeah.
And I'm like, and I was thinking after little bits you were saying, I was going like, there's got to be some juice in that. There got to be. and then when Master got, I was going like, I'm going like, you're damn right, I'm getting one of them. You're damn right, I'm going to get that book. So it's all about the Black Bookcase. 3rd of June. Details have been on the screen all evening, as well as being a good friend, part of the Simply Deez crew. You're not here just for your looks. You're going to be there, right?
Yes, I'm going to be there. I'm going to be showcasing my health and wellbeing consultancy. On the day, if you sign up, I do a health and wellbeing stress and wellbeing assessment now. So anyone who comes along on the day, they'll get 50% off. And basically what that is, it goes through the 8 components of health and well-being, and will give you a stress score, it will give you a well-being score, etc. It's all computer generated, it's all been scientifically proven, and I've passed the sort of the assessment to become a provider. It's provided by the Heart Math Institute. Sorry?
How long does it take?
You have to do it. I send you a link and you do it on the computer. So if you sign up with your email address and everything, I send you a link to the website. You do it, and then I give you sort of a half an hour analysis of what it is and give you some pointers. So, for instance, if your stresses are in physical health or mental emotional health, then can give you a health and well-being plan to start you off on that, with some pointers about eating. Also, the physical part also talks about sort of touches on diet. It's actually a really good assessment, and some of the scores can be surprising. Mine was surprising because for work, I came out in the middle. I thought I was high stress at work, but obviously what I'm doing is helping me to counteract that. So all my tools and toolkit, because I teach meditation and breath work, do my Tai Chi, etc. That's all impacting on the stress. And I know this, but it's only when you see it in black and white thinking, oh my gosh, all the mechanisms that I'm putting into place are working. So that will be the highlight for anyone coming along. And obviously on the 4th of June, I have another gut health workshop, which you've attended.
Yes, brilliant.
And
Brilliant.
was beneficial. So this one will be in St Albans. Luton's not far from St Albans, Dunstable isn't.
Yep.
And the cost of the workshop is £35. But come along, find out a bit more, find out how stressed you are, where your stresses are, where you need to be working on. And then obviously I'll have some of my merchandise there as well. So I'll have my mugs of tea, as I do the mugs and then put some lovely
I need to, you see everything that we kind of wear, it's all done by this lovely young lady. Need some merchandise for the day. I've got me the black bookcase. I've still got me a latte mug. Just all of that stuff, absolutely incredible. You need to, can't endorse this young lady enough, but I'm going to tap you up for some stuff.
That's fine. I was going to say as well, if Sammy doesn't make it, I will probably have some of his books for sale on the day as well. I'm hoping he can, but he lives.
I appreciate it.
So come along and find out more about your stressors and health and well-being, and how you can actually, really improve your health as well, and sort of the services that I can offer to help for that as well.
Oh my gosh, absolutely. Do you know what I mean? It's like a one-stop shop with you, isn't it?
It is.
She's got health and well-being. She's got this.
It's an emporium. My stall's going to be an emporium.
Sandra's
come along and see what you can find.
Oh, definitely. Thank you so much. Sandra,
welcome.
as well as all I've already shared with you guys, is also one of our sponsors for the event. So thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Sandra, for being a sponsor, and not just for this event, in so many other things. You've supported us, not just as if physically, we're talking monetary also as well. So if there's anybody out there and they want to support us, sort of saying the event itself, it's free, so there's no charge. If you want to make a donation, we will gladly receive. But thank you, Sandra, so much for everything. Seriously.
No, you're welcome. Thank you, and the crew. Yes.
What you just before I shoo you off, what are you thanking us for? Because it's important, those people out there that think we're just, I don't know, chit-chatting. Just tell them a little bit about.
Okay, being part of the Simply Deez crew, you've got so many talented people. Everyone in the group is talented in some way. So, I've formed friendships, I've formed partnerships with some people. It's a really good, not just a network, but it's a good when you just feel a bit it's just good. You sound ideas off of, you have a catch up. It's a support network, isn't it, as well? And if I can't do something and someone wants something, I think I know someone that can help, and it's really good. Like Marcia being part of publishing our books, when I was talking to Sammy and he was looking for a publisher, because I've already sort of knew Marcia, plus she's related to my son, my first son, as a cousin, and that was amazing to find that out, so it's just giving referrals, isn't it? It's supporting each other, it's and it's a support network, it's a shoulder to cry on, it's two arms to hug,
it is, and it's celebrating one another big time.
Exactly.
I don't know, but I don't care because she's my friend. But like Anybody you know going to uni?
Oh, yes. In September, I start a nutrition at the College of Neuropathic Medicine. So I'll be starting that. And because of my background in nursing, I can do it in 2 years instead of 3. And if I push it, I can do 18 months. But I think I'm just going to take it gently. I have to remember my age.
Oh, absolutely amazing. The only people that put the barriers there are us.
Ourselves, exactly. I read something the other day on Facebook where there was somebody in their 90s did their high school certificate. This was in America. And I just thought, wow, you
Never say
know.
never.
Exactly. What's important to you is it's yours. Don't let anyone ever put you off of whatever you want to do at whatever age, you know. So
You heard it here, guys. If you want to hear more, trust me, you want to hear a whole load more from Maury Moore. It's Sandra Moore. I'm so I surprise myself sometimes, people. Yeah, I know I'm not funny at all. But yeah, so much in Sandra's Emporium, Rejuvenated Soul. You need to reach the Black Bookcase on Saturday the 3rd
and
of June.
just have a chat. Just have a chat.
Yeah.
Just come and have a chat. Because if I can't do it,
so there's no barrier there. You could go there. Ideally, obviously, there's people selling things and want you to purchase things. But do you know what? You could go there and network. You could go there and educate yourself. You could go there. You brought your grandkids or your niece, nephew, or your own. And you know what? You see the young people when they do the young people's hour, and you see them. And then when you see like 8 and 9-year-olds that have written books, and you see our Kashai, who's 9, with his lemonade business, when you see, you know, the list is, there's going to be sort of like about 7 or 8 of the young people who are going to be there. Okay, and we need to be supporting them. This is Acorns, and this is where we've got to start. We've got to start. So, Sandra, I could go on, but I'm going to let you go, darling, for now.
no, thank you.
I'll catch up with you. Thank you so much, and for introducing Sammy J to the fold. He doesn't know what's going to happen, but God help him. What I was going to say,
as I said, very interesting.
I believe if he does make it, he might not, but I mean, he might even know anyway. But John Cheetham is also going to be there.
Ah,
he is also going to be there. So that would be very interesting, because I'm sure somewhere along the lines, their paths might even have crossed.
Exactly. Because Sammy met a lot of celebrities in his day. I mean,
then I'm sure,
He was saying, just a quickie, he was saying about the West Indian cricket team. And for me, there is only one West Indian cricket team, and those are the Icons from the 70s and 80s. And I met them all in the capacity of what I was doing for it.
You did say before, yes.
Michael Holding is my all-time favourite, So I have a sister in America. I didn't grow up with her. So I was telling her, oh, I love Michael Holding, and I met him. And she went, I went on a date with him. He was in my class at school. I just looked at her, and I've not spoken about it since.
That was a mic drop for you, wasn't it?
And I was like, okay. So yeah, I've got a few interesting stories to tell about that cricket team as well. I think you've got the picture. You have the picture. I sent it to you.
Oh, definitely. Thank you so much, darling.
All right, then. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Bye-bye. Oh my gosh. Where's that producer lady? Where is she? My gosh. People are going like, are we just picking these people off? Where the hell are we getting these people from? Have you got any more?
Nope, that is it.
Whoa. I think we've done. Oh my gosh, we've done extremely well.
Yeah, I don't know how many people we've had in and out.
So if I can just do a little wrap here, For all those people that are watching, all those people that are going to catch this on replay, and all the rest that goes with that, this was just a little sprinkling, because not everybody can make today. This is just a little sprinkling of what is going to come your way Saturday, the 3rd of June. We are coming back. We are going to be bigger. We have got, I need to mention this young lady, Trisha from Fabrica Limited. They are based in Luton Indoor Market. And this young lady is not only exhibiting on the day, she's also going to be doing a mini fashion show on the day. She's also one of our sponsors. So, you know, thank you so much, darling. I know you couldn't make it today, but just had to put that out there. We are going to be, from the latter part of this week, we are going to start sort of like sharing those that are going to be there on the day, start sharing their information and details. This is the last shout tomorrow. Last shout tomorrow for sponsors, because we are going to get the official flyer done. And we've also not had today. We have got 2/ possibly 3, definitely 2 book launches on the day. People that are launching their books at the Black Bookcase. We have got, and he's coming back again, Martin from Osag Youth. I probably said it wrong, but if you were here, Martin, you'd be able to tell me off, but you're not. I can get away with these things. And he's going to be, he's done a load of things before. I don't know who's put that on there. Who's put that on there, Shell?
That's Garfield. Garfield's put in our little chat,
yeah,
he's planning a surprise.
Yeah, he's not put for me. I don't know why I'm getting excited. Is that for me, Garfield? That's what I need to know. It's all about me. Did you hear me say it's my birthday on Monday? So I've decided I'm going to turn it into a birthday celebration. And people are going like, oh, that means presents. Somebody said presents. Presents as in PRESENCE. I think present as in you attending. That's my birthday present. For you to see all of those it's time. People have taken their time. People have taken, you heard Sammy J, Marcia said, has spent near on 12 months or something like that in terms of his book process. You know, this is, oh my gosh, this is humongous, absolutely humongous. The first time round, Shelley will tell you, unfortunately for Shelley, she wasn't a director then, but she more or less was. But anyway, I'm like, oh, I've got this idea. And she's like, okay. And we're both like, okay. We went and saw the venue, and I'm like, oh, fell in love with Sixth Form College. Just shouting out to Sixth Form College. Absolutely wicked venue. Wicked venue. So we're going to be there. There will be the food court area as well. And then we've got outside, we've got the whole, you don't even need to worry about parking because there's nothing to pay because it's all on site. And I do believe we said again this year, Shelley, that it's free. People are not paying to attend. Did we say that? Or is that what we've told them?
Well, yeah, I did double check that with you.
Yeah, exactly. It's free. So bottom line, I'm just going to keep it real. Bottom line, there's going to be so many products and all sorts. And there's people that have not been on today. You're talking African like fabric. You're talking clothing. You're talking, oh my God, you're talking bags. You're talking jewelry. Oh my gosh, the list. We've got the lovely Leash is coming, by the way, Shell. And what's the product she uses? I can't remember. What's it called? What Leashy stuff? What's it called? You know, when you're thinking of it, it's not coming to you.
Yeah, no, I can't think of it either.
Yeah, and this is a lady that we might not say it. I tell you what, if you can remember what it is, put it in the chat. So we're talking. Leash does like the domino sets. Come on, Leash, or anybody that's listening. part of the Simply Deez cruise. What's the resin? That's it.
Resonate with Rena.
Yes. That's it, Sandra. I think I said it before you put it up there, Sandra. Sandra Mori. No, man. No, I did. It was like kind of like, come to me. Yeah, resin, absolutely. And I know she's been doing loads more stuff there. So she is going to be there also as well. Absolutely. Oodles and oodles. People couldn't make it, but they are going to be reaching on the 3rd of June. Sandra Moore, you better get off. No, you didn't. She's a cheeky one, isn't she? Eh? Yeah. So last time, it's so stuck in my head, and you've seen the little trailers, fortunately, that we've had and we've sort of like put out there. We had 42 exhibitors, and we did a little, you know, obviously you've got to, that's why we're asking people to register so that we will be clocking numbers anyway. And we had over 400. I'm not making it up. Am I making it up, Shell? Over 400. We only had 42 exhibitors. We didn't know a fraction of what we know now. We didn't know who we know now. So please, this is 12 till 6. We say it's free to enter, which it is. Obviously, we want you to purchase items, but if you want to just come and you just want to support, we are glad for that. But do you know what? There's going to be a little tin somewhere, little tin. Hopefully we get to replenish it, but there'll be something. You can also, when you when you register for your free tickets, there's, I think you've got on there, Shelley, haven't you, that if people want to make a donation, that will be gratefully received. We do not have the venue for free. There's certain things that we need for the day. It is not free. So you can appreciate any support that you can give to us. That would be absolutely amazing. Thank you, Garfield, because we're now going to add the voice now. See, that's why we're doing this as well. We're now going to add the voice to us as one of our sponsors. So we are grateful. We are truly grateful. I'm going to just pause for a moment. Shelley, do you want to come in? Because I can chat. We are going to wrap up by 10 o'clock. But I'm proper buzzing. I've just seen, and I'm like going, oh my gosh, these people that are coming on the day. We've got I'm going to literally come on in just one sec. And so remember, Conscious Dreams Publishing, keynote speaker, Danny Bleckner, and her entourage. I think there's about 15 of them. Can you believe this? One publisher, 15 authors. Incredible. So we're going to set them up. They're going to have their own little Conscious Dream Publishing village.
Yep.
Oh, it's going to be wicked. Sorry, over to you, Shell.
I think you've kind of pretty much said it. But quite a lot of the exhibitors will possibly have cards, like card machines. But can you please make sure that you bring cash as well? There is a cash machine on site, but it's not run by anyone from the college itself. So if something goes wrong with it, if it runs out of money or whatever happens to it,
and I think there's a charge, isn't there?
Yeah, there's nothing that we can do. And yes, as Dee's saying, it's one of those machines that you kind of, they rent the space, so you do get I think it's a percentage charge, and it's not like £1 or whatever.
Yeah.
So yes, please make sure you bring cash and you bring card. But I will have my card machine there, so I'm quite happy to come and take your money.
We'll take a slice of that pie. So we'll take a slice of that pie.
And it is open to everyone.
Yes.
And I please stress this. There's been a couple of times where it's, I've passed it on to my friends. Just
my black
because
friends, not for me.
The words black. We're celebrating everything that comes from that culture.
Yeah.
And I'm the first person that's then in and doing stuff.
200.
Love music. 200%. Something's a little bit too hot when I eat it. I'll put my hand up for that. There's a few times we've been at events and it's like, can someone taste this, please? But it is open to everyone to celebrate. And that's what the whole of society needs to be. It's not that's an event for that person and that's an event for that person. We all need to be in this together.
Yeah, everybody is welcome. All those that are participating, as in exhibiting, performing, speaking, and what have you, will be of African Caribbean heritage. So you're thinking like, right, okay, yes, there's a full stop there, because that is how it is. In the caterers, it will be of African Caribbean, so you know that up front. But in terms of sort of like Shelley, you see her producer, director of Simply Deez, she will be there creating havoc. So we will be, yeah, there's now I can do about that, guys. Now I can do about that. No, but seriously, so we are going to be posting out this week. We are literally 4.5 weeks away. So all those that are participating, and even if you're not participating and you're coming, we need you to be sharing. As I said, the official flyer will be coming out hopefully by the end of this week. We are going to get some printed also as well. And there's other places and different things that we're going to be doing with regards to that. But do you know what? We can only do so much, because there's so much to do. And we haven't got a massive team. So with that then, what can you do to help support us with this event? We've got other events as well. 20th May, Shelley will be sharing, we've got a health and wellbeing event. But this event, which is what this show is about today, what can you do to support? If you've shared, do you know what? Thank you. We appreciate that. If you can reach, guess what? Thank you. We appreciate that. We still have space, because I gave people a deadline of today. Ain't messing about. Today. So we do have some stall vacancies still available. So if you are interested, please contact us ASAP, because I say that today and come tomorrow. I thought you said there were spaces. There were. You snooze and you're going to lose. Okay, you snooze and you're going to lose. We do want there to be, there's going to be some vegan food there. Those caterers, please hit me up, because I am dying for some of that. And also, yeah, we need our chicken, we need our mutton, we need some of that, and our rice and peas and our dumpling. We need some of that. I'm busy, so I can't cook and do what I've got to do on the day. So we need some of that. So yes. Please, plus. A lady contacted me last week, Shelley, Laura Murphy. Laura, thank you. I've never met her before, but she's followed us, and she's like, do you need any volunteers? I goes, yes, please. So it doesn't matter whether you know us or don't know us, please. And volunteering on the day can be as, depending on your circumstances, can be as light as you want it to be. And when I say that, I mean as in, like, it could be sort of like registration. We wouldn't expect you to be there all day. We'd rotate that round. It could be just helping the exhibitors, just kind of
most of the time it's just going to an exhibitor, because
mulling around, isn't it?
if they're on your own, I mean, I do it at craft fairs. If I'm stood on there on my own, just to have one of the organisers come over and say, hi, are you okay? Do you need a water?
You might want to go loo.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Anything like that, just floating around would be fantastic.
Yeah. So Nike's put, don't ask me to taste, because I love spicy. Oh, I just love this team. So we could talk and talk, but I think they might get the gist of what Saturday, what's going to happen on the 3rd of June. As Shelley said, and we're going to post it out, because you know you ain't got nothing to do, guys. We went online 2020. It's like, right, we're going to do it, and then COVID hit, and it's like, if you know us at Simply Deez, nothing's going to stop us from doing what we've got to do. It's okay, we'll bring it online. And that's what we did. And you'll see the young people just sharing and just inspiring. It doesn't matter what age you are. You can't tell me you ain't getting inspired by a young person just being and just sharing. Because all we hear is the negatives. We're going to show you what the young people are doing that you don't hear about. Okay, so I'm not going to talk anymore. Yeah, proper buzzing. Need to thank everybody. When I say everybody, Garfield, that's you included. Everybody and Garfield for being on the show. No, seriously, for being on the show this evening. Thank you to Sammy J. Wishing him all the very best. Definitely going to try best to link up with him and Prior. If not, certainly whether it's Milton Keynes, hopefully he can make the 3rd of June. I know Sandra said she's going to have a book. I don't want my book unless it's signed by Sammy J. I want it. He's going like, yeah, I'm keeping it real. I want a signed book by Sammy J.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm paying for it. I don't want it for free. I'm going to pay, but I want it signed. I want a signed book by that young man. And you know what? Be cheeky. I want my picture with him.
Don't ask for much, do you?
No, the blood. So, on that note, D-Baby asking for blood yet again. Yet again. Yeah, there's just so much more, and you'll be getting. Someone just put you will get one. You little gem. Thank you. Yeah. So to all the sponsors, to all those exhibiting, for those that just support Simply Deez in all that we do, we truly appreciate you. So can't do it, as you can see, in charge. You might think I am. Shelley Titmus. Yeah, Shelley Titmus running teams.
Shelley Titmus juggling the chaos. It's organised chaos. I think that's the best word for it.
She's loud. Yeah, loud. Unfortunately, because she's got TJ, she's trying to keep me on some sort of lead, and she's like going for crying out bloody loud. What now? What next? Oh God! But yes, so thank you to everybody. Yeah, please. All you can do is share. Yeah, we'll take that, won't we, Michelle?
That's all it
We will
is.
take that, because as we always say, something may not be for you, or you think it's not for you, but it might be for somebody, and you'll find it'll be for somebody, because they'll be like, why didn't you tell me? Why didn't you share? How do I not know? Yeah, so if you are, can't remember, Lindsay at Arriva, I'm hitting you up tomorrow. Get those flyers on the buses. And all those other people, yeah, that's a point. How can you help us promote this event? You might have a workplace that would quite happily have a flyer. You might be in schools, and, you know, whatever it is, please contact us, and I will get Shelley to do the necessaries. On that note, I better go before she gets me or ejects me out the seat. Honestly, guys, thank you so much. It's been a bit of a difficult weekend for me and my family. We've had a bereavement, and yeah, one of them. But sending love and enough blessings to all of those that are there. Appreciate you. So yeah, and next time I'm going to talk about plants. I'm going to be talking about gardening. How exciting! Everyone's like, I'm not a gardener, but I'm starting to get green fingers. Done a lot of planting, and as Maureen Moore would say, I'm nurturing.
That's the word. That's the word. Yep, you're nurturing.
Because I'm nurturing, and she's right. So yeah. Thank you all so much.
And I might be a carer at the weekend for Rita.
Yeah. Thanks. Oh yeah. Thank you, Rita, for the bench. Yeah. You guys will hear about that next week, probably on the Simply Together show. We've got a little bit more time. Do you want to tell the guys as we're finishing, Shell? Do you want to tell them what you're doing on Saturday? She's like, I don't know.
Well, officially, I've not got the email yet, but Rita's panicking. Rita started to panic. With the work that I do with a charity called Families United Network, we are a charity that is respite care and look after the families for children and young adults with additional needs. One of our funders has, because it's the royal patronage, has offered the charity tickets to go to the coronation down in London. So in the bandstand, the grandstand they call it, sorry, that's opposite Buckingham Palace. So if you saw the London Marathon or some of the news stuff recently, there's this big, huge seating area either side of the Queen Victoria's roundabout outside Buckingham Palace. Yes, I've got a ticket to go down and watch from there due to that.
She hasn't got hers yet, but never mind.
Very excited. We had 4 tickets. The head of the trustees is going. No one else could go or anything else, so I said I'd go. And because Rita, our charity champion of anything, she helped us out just recently. So the office then said to invite her as well. So yes. It'll be
So that's
fun.
what we're going to be hearing about on Tuesday, Simply Together show.
You'll see it live from there if I could get it done.
Oh, you never thought of that. Yeah, so guys, yeah, thank you and good night. See you soon. All right, bye.